Welcoming everybody in this session over here. नमस्कार, my name is खुशवंत और आप लोग देख रहे हैं इस वक्त फिजिक्स विद फतनानी. शुरुआत करते हैं आज के सेशन की. I have with me students of class 11th and we are together preparing for physics for JEE and NEET. Starting with the session for the day, I had a quick session before this class with the students where I had given them some questions to solve. Students must have already solved them. We'll be seeing the answers to those and some more questions, some more concepts in today's session. So let's begin, dear learners, with this class. Chapter इस वक्त जो चल रहा है, the chapter that we are taking is rotation, and we are beginning now. So I'll just post the attendance. So let's see. Achal, once again, good evening. Achal, hello Aliza, good evening Mukesh, Praveen, Tanisha. We'll ask each one of you to just say a hello, hi, or just raise your hands. It's okay. If you can clearly hear my voice, we'll start with Achal, Aliza, Praveen, Mukesh. Can you all just raise your hands and tell me कि हाँ भाई आवाज़ आ रही है sir? We can move ahead. Everyone, the voice is clear एकदम अच्छे से properly. Please let me know. Yes. Okay, superb. So, how many of you have done at least? Okay, how many of you have done all the questions? Keep your hands raised. Others can bring them down. Yes. How many of you have done all the questions? Keep your hands raised. Others bring them down. So Aanchal has done. Praveen has completed all questions. Okay. Okay. Aanchal has completed and Tanisha has completed. Okay, cool. तो आगे बढ़ते हैं, है ना? चलो, super. Let's take then questions ahead of this point. 1 minute, huh? Give me some time. Is my network had gone away. Can you all just confirm if now I'm audible to all of you? We'll start with Mukesh. Just put your mic on, say a hello, hi, good evening if you can hear me. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, superb. Aanchal, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Aliza,
Yes, sir.
Tanisha, voice clear?
Yes, sir.
Praveen? Praveen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Swarada? Swarada? Voice is clear at your end? Is the voice clear? Are you there, Swarada? I think a mic is not active. Okay, cool. तो let's continue ahead. हम जहाँ थे वहीं से गाड़ी का शुभारंभ करते हैं. हम जैसा हम हमेशा कहते हैं, बैठे बैठे क्या करें, करना है कुछ काम. शुरू करते हैं आज की क्लास लेके प्रभु का नाम. In the powerful name of Almighty, let's begin with the session for the day. So, recalling back, quick recall, हम क्या देख रहे थे? What we were seeing in the last class? We had started off with questions where we were given different forces. We were supposed to calculate net torque in the questions, and we have seen a lot of it. बहुत सारा बच्चे के क्या हुआ था? There was today learners of this class hadn't done some practice at their home, so this is a quick revision for all of them. So all of them get some questions to solve, right? So one by one, we have seen a lot of questions. We are solving them ek ek karke. We'll start with one of you and we'll make this one. First question, let's make with Makesh. Makesh, over to you. Help everybody understand this question. Chalo. Yes, Makesh. Explain it step by step. Over to you. First, you'll explain the question and then one by one, you will explain the solution. Yes, over to you, Makesh. Come on.
So here they're asked to find alpha, sir.
What is given? First tell what is given, then tell what is asked, then what needs, how to do it, step by step.
Is given force 1 equal to 6 Newton, force 2 equal to 30 Newton.
Where is the force being applied?
Force 1 is applied at 1
Okay.
and
Okay, and force 2
force 2 is parallel to force 1.
and applied at the
Opposite.
downward edge of the. Okay, then yes. Then go ahead. I'm listening to you. Yes, Makesh. How to solve it? So, am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead then. Don't stop, Makesh, or ask me. Yes, quickly. Let's say. Come on.
Radius equal to 3 meter and mass equal to 1 kg.
Okay, then how to solve it? Yes, Makesh.
Let's see now tau equal to RF sin theta, sir.
Okay, tau is equal to RF sin theta. Then
We add both.
so
Find tau net, sir.
So we know that we want to calculate net torque. Net torque will be equal to summation of torque due to F1 and summation of torque due to F2. Am I correct? Have a
Yes,
look.
sir.
Okay. Then next step is we want to calculate what will be the value for tau 1 and tau 2. So what is the general approach of calculating tau in whenever in any question we have to calculate it? Chalo, tell me the question again. I'll solve it here once again. I'll write down the date. So today is 1st of February 2022, Tuesday. Any issues that you're facing, Makesh? Are you clear with the concept or you need my help? I'll tell you, Makesh, if you need it. Yes. Do you need some help? Feel free to share. Yes, Makesh. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Do you need my help, Makesh, or do you want to solve it?
Maybe a little help would be okay, sir.
Yeah, tell me what's the question asking you? What is the question stating? First step, you're given that there is a pulley which has axle about the center, and there are two forces that are acting on the pulley. Those two forces are acting in the same direction. One is F1, other is F2.
F2.
What are the values of F1 and F2, and what is the mass of this pulley? What is the radius?
F1 equal to 6 Newton, F2 equal to 30 Newton.
F2 is equal to 30 Newton. Then
Mass equal to 1 kg, radius equal to 3 meters.
Mass equal to 1 kg and radius equal to 3 meters. Okay. Now, what is the question telling you? What do we need to calculate?
Angular acceleration.
Angular acceleration needs to be calculated. Whenever such question is given, what is the first step? I have made you all. Acha, have you revised the last class? Honest answer, Makesh.
No, sir.
That is why this help is needed, huh? Okay, how many more classes you need? How many more 10 minutes do you want me to give you to revise? When will you start revising? Come on, tell me. Makesh. Do you want to invest 10 minutes, and for that 3 days were not enough? Come on, tell me, when are you starting to revise? Come on, jaldi se. Because else how will I conduct this class? Otherwise I will speak, you all will listen. Is that okay for you, Makesh? Sir, we'll keep listening and the years will pass by.
I will try, sir.
Again try for 10 minutes. What a student you are, dear. 10 minutes? Come on.
No, sir. For us, school is very hard, sir. So much time in school, sir.
10 minutes in 2 days. You're saying you're so packed that you don't have 10 minutes to revise. Then what's the purpose in taking the class, Makesh?
I will do it, sir, from today onwards.
See, if you are, so I'll tell you the trade-off here. I repeat. So what 10 minutes you will try to escape right now, Makesh? For this you'll have to invest hours, 2 to 3 hours for this entire revision of one class, 6 months down the line. Is that okay for you?
Sir.
So abhi, if you invest 10 minutes after every class, your 2 hours, 6 months down the line will be saved. Either you save that time or you save time of 10 minutes now and pay back later in a very huge amount. Do you know how credit card bills are applied, Mukesh? Do you know why do banks give so many credit cards to the learners? You must have got many calls. Sir, we hope you have an account at our bank. Do you need a credit card? Do you get, you know, so many credit card calls keep coming. Why? Why do you think? The bill gets compounded every month. If you don't pay the bill, they will send you a higher bill. If you don't pay the bill, they will apply interest, make it even higher. So what happens when you try to postpone of things, later the same thing will require more amount of time. So either give 2 hours 6 months down the line or give 10 minutes every day. What do you think is easier?
10 minutes
So
per day.
use your wisdom. Use your wisdom. So when you're saying that your school is hard and you need to invest a lot of time, it means that this 2 hours ka investment is even tougher for you rather than 10 minutes ka investment, Makesh.
Yes,
Am I speaking wisdom to you? Do you get the idea? When
yes, sir,
I
yes.
ask you to revise 10 minutes now, 10 minutes invested now will save your 2 hours 5 months down the line. So why not do that wise task and do it today itself rather than postponing it to 2 hours of hard work, and that too with lot of confusion. Then you will keep on thinking how to solve this, how to solve this. This will be the state of mind that time 5 months down the line because you haven't revised. Abhi knowledge rukega hi nahi. The knowledge won't stay, it will fall off from your mind. Get the idea,
Yes,
Makesh?
sir.
When I am chill, it means that I want you all to be relaxed, but this does not mean that you stop working. Keep working, even if it is just for 10 minutes. Even if you have an exam, 5 minutes. Come on. 5 minutes you have, right? 1 minute you have, Makesh. 1 minute.
Yes,
1 minute in 2 days, Makesh.
sir.
48 hours mein 1 minute you have. Go
Yes,
through
sir.
your copy in 1 minute. Is somebody stopping you from doing it?
No, sir.
Mukesh, is somebody stopping you? No, you cannot take 1 minute to go through your notes.
No,
Somebody,
sir.
anybody in your house,
No, sir. No,
please
sir.
just talk to me.
No,
Huh?
sir.
Who is that person in your house who says you cannot take 1 minute and revise your physics notebook in 48 hours? Anybody with that opinion?
No, sir. No, sir.
Huh? Make me talk with them and I'll convince them that one if your child is so busy, he can still take 1 minute to do the revision.
No one, sir. No one, sir.
So do this wise task. I don't know why you all are not understanding कि अभी जो hard work नहीं किया, if you don't do hard work now, universe will make you do that hard work in greater proportion later. So either do it now in less proportion and be happy, or 6 months down the line do it in larger proportion with lot of confusion. What do you think is the best choice? So अभी how to explain this I don't know. Whatever I could I have done and I'll keep doing my best. ठीक है, for all of you. So here is the question. Quickly have a look. ठीक है, even if you cannot take 1 hour, take 10 minutes, take 5 minutes, take 1 minute. What less than that? So here is the quick question. We were given that there were two forces and masses. Whenever you need to calculate the value for torque, how to do that? In order to calculate the torque, we have seen first step is to select the origin. Select the origin as the center, as the rotation is happening about it. I want to calculate alpha about the center. I want to calculate tau about the center. Then from the center, your task is to from the center, your task is also please maintain the questions separately and the solution separately so that you can later hide your questions and try to solve this. Hide your solutions and try to solve the question. Okay? The way I'm drawing it 2 times, you also should try to draw it 2 times, at least 2 times. Every question ka diagram should be drawn twice. So first step would be select the origin. Then next step will be whichever point the forces are acting. Till that point you should draw the position vectors. What we have to do, Makesh, till that time draw the
position
vectors. This is R1, this is R2. You have the origin. Now, I want to calculate torque. How do you calculate torque? Torque is given as the cross product of R and
RS.
but cross product can be calculated only when the two vectors are either co-initial or co-terminus. What is the word? Either they are co-initial or they are co-terminus. Co-terminus means ending at the same point. Co-initial means starting at the same point. After you consider this logic, your step is to see that after making them co-initial or co-terminus, what is the angle between them? Over here, Makesh, what's the angle between the two vectors?
90 degrees, sir.
90 degrees. So now very clearly we can see R is equal to tau is equal to F1 R1 into sine of 90. Write that and complete this work. Similarly, tau 2 is equal to R2 F2 into sine of again 90 degree. You will do the same with R2 and F2 also. Here R2 is this way and F2 is in the right side, R2 is in the downward side. So R2 and F2. When you will take the cross product using the right hand thumb rule, I repeat, when we'll take the cross product using right hand thumb rule, you will make your fingers, we all have discussed this पिछली classes में, make your fingers curl from R to F, R cross F. So where does the thumb point over to you?
Into the page, sir.
मकेश, हाँ बोलो बोलो, where into the page. So here into के लिए we'll use cross या dot. मकेश, cross or dot into
Cross, sir.
Cross. Good. So in this case the torque is pointing into the sheet. Therefore let's take it negative for that matter. Here turn your right hand ka fingers like this from R2 to F2. Tell me, where does the thumb point, outside or inside?
Outside, sir.
So if it points outside, it means will it be if it points outside, will it be dot or cross?
Cross, sir.
Cross, huh? Inside cross.
No, sir, dot, sir, dot.
Okay. So outside dot. Acha. After doing this, Makesh, after doing dot and cross and inside and outside, next step will be, come on, tell me. Next
Sir,
step.
add both, sir.
Add both with sign or without sign?
With sign, sir.
Okay, why? Because we want to calculate total torque. We want to calculate total
Net torque,
torque, which is equal to tau 1 plus tau 2. It will be given as how much? R2 F2 minus R1 F1.
Yes, sir.
Can we see that in both cases R1 and R2 magnitude value is equal to radius of this ring? Yes, it was a ring, right, in the question,
Yes, sir.
or a disc? Can you check once again and tell, was it a ring or disc? I think it was a disc.
Disc, sir.
Disc. Okay. So the question says that this is a disc. Okay. Now, next step. After you have the tau value, Makesh, we want to calculate the alpha value for the system. How to do that? We want to calculate the alpha value for the system.
Tau net equal to I alpha, sir.
We know that tau net is equal to I alpha. After that, we want to calculate alpha. First, let's write tau net. What does tau net value come here? Let us write it in terms of R. So this is R into F2 minus R into F1. You know? After you write that here, we'll have R times of F2 minus F1 is equal to I into alpha. What is asked in this question? What have they asked? Can you confirm, everybody? Makesh?
We need to find alphas.
Okay, so let's make alpha as the subject. For a disk, do we know the moment of inertia value for the disk, Makesh?
Sir, mr square by 2, sir.
Mr square by 2. Let's substitute it. So what are the values of F2 and F1 given? We'll also write that, but first let us write m into r square by 2. So r and r will get cancelled on both sides, Makesh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do it. Let's cancel r on both sides. Okay, what will be alpha? Makesh, tell all of us. What will be alpha value? Come on, alpha is equal to 2 times F2
times F2 minus F1 by MR.
2 by MR. Do we have their respective values now?
Yes, sir.
Calculate it. Tell me the values. Now this you all can do. What are the values, Makesh? Come on.
Sir, F2 30 Newton, F1 6 Newton, sir.
Then
M1 kg R 3 meters, sir.
Okay, 1 kg and 3 meters. Okay, so once you are done substituting, can you let me know what will be the values coming up?
Sir, this coming 16, sir.
Okay, so 2 into 30 minus 6 is how much, Makesh?
24, sir.
24 divided by 3. So 3 8s are 24 into 16. 16 what? Meter, kilometer. Meter or kilometer or something else?
No, sir. Angular accelerations.
Angular acceleration, what is the formula, Makesh? What is acceleration, Makesh? Yes.
Sir, meter square per second square, sir.
Acceleration. Okay.
R into acceleration, sir.
Okay, this is what is acceleration? dv by dt?
Yes, sir.
Because this was meter per second and this is already per second. Acceleration is meter per second square. Am I correct? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Achha. What about alpha? What is alpha equal to? d omega by dt? What is alpha equal to? d omega by dt?
Omega by dt, sir.
Yeah. What is omega written in? What is omega? Omega is?
Angular velocity, sir.
Which is given as?
d
which is
theta
given
by dt, sir.
superb, which is given as d theta by dt. Once I have the value of omega as d theta by dt, it means that it will be measured in
Radians
radians.
per second.
Do you get this logic,
Yes,
Makesh?
sir.
Okay, then
16
omega is
radians,
radians per second divided by second. How much will it be? Come on, tell
radians
me.
per second square, sir.
Ah, is this now clear, Makesh
Yes,
dear?
sir. Yes, sir.
When are you starting to revise, dear? When are you starting to revise?
Today itself, sir.
Same thing again and again. This is the troubles for teachers. When students don't do their workload increases. Eh? Chalo, koi baat nahi. No worries. Now, have a look here, everybody. Simple logic. What was asked in the question? We know that question gave us the values of two forces that are acting on a disk, and the mass values, radius values were given to the question to all of us. We were told calculate the alpha for this question. This was the disk. What did we do? First step, whatever 2 points where forces are acting, I've made you all write pointers also. Nobody will give you that pointers. I don't know you understand the value of my notes or not, but you will realize it someday. I know one day you will realize that sir's notes are the best in the world. We could have given so much attention to what he was telling us those days. Okay, so at these 2 points the forces acts f1 and f2. You get the values of tau by calculating by putting the यहाँ पर अपन ने at the center we have put the origin. From the origin you draw 3 position vectors to both the points where forces are acting. After doing that, calculate the direction of torque values. You see one torque is into, one torque is outside, so we take one as negative, another one as positive. We add the two torque values and then see that net torque is the summation of tau 1 and tau 2. After doing that, one more step is, after you get tau 1 and tau 2, net torque is addition of the two. Do that. We know net torque is equal to I into alpha. Therefore, we know that I for this question, this is a disk mr square by 2. We know alpha can be calculated if it is made the subject. ठीक है, चलो. Once you all are done taking the screenshot of this page, you all please do not write it, otherwise it will take another 1 hour. Just take a screenshot, move ahead. If you have not done, it's okay. Complete it whenever you're free. First tell me, give a quick raise of hands. Okay, first give me a quick raise of hands अगर सब कुछ समझ में आ गया. If you all are clear, are you all clear with the approach? देखो, physics is a question where you have to solve. अगर तुम solve नहीं कर रहे हो, सिर्फ देखने की practice कर रहे हो, then you're becoming better at देखना. I repeat, if you're watching the video, you're becoming better at watching questions being solved. If you really want to be better in physics and solving it, you have to solve it, which I'm sure most of you have done. नहीं किया, now do it. Come on. Or do it whenever you're free at your home. Take a screenshot of this page also if you all are done writing. Bring your or just bring your hands down. अपने हाथ नीचे ले आओ. Sir, हमारा हो गया. Okay, sir, let's get to the next page. Bring your hands down, dear learners. Yes, come on. So Aliza has completed. So has Ronit. Okay, everybody now. Okay, take a screenshot quickly. Makesh. Yes. So GT present says, sir. Rohit, is some friend of yours on the comment section? Later check करना रोहित. तुम्हारा कोई फ्रेंड है क्या जो जानता है तुम यहाँ पढ़ रहे हो रोहित? तो तुम्हारा कोई फ्रेंड कुछ कह रहा है शायद तुम्हारे लिए. देखो अगर है तो आई डोंट नो, बाद में देख लेना. नो वैरीज. हाँ, शायद मस्ती कर रहा है, कोई बात नहीं. ओवर टू एवरीबॉडी, हैव अ लुक दिस पेज. नेक्स्ट वन, टेक अ क्विक स्क्रीनशॉट वंस यू ऑल आर डन राइटिंग एंड अगेन रेज योर हैंड्स. यस, रोनित इसके पिछले वाले सेशन में क्यों एब्सेंट थे? मीनवाइल एवरीबॉडी इज रेजिंग देयर हैंड्स. यस रोनित.
सर वो जूम चल ही नहीं रहा था सर, ऐप चल नहीं रहा था.
तो YouTube पे अटेंड कर लेते, मुझसे बात कर लेते. सर YouTube का लिंक भेज दीजिए, YouTube के चैनल पे आके देख लेते. स्किप मत करो सेशन को.
यस सर.
ये इन प्रकार ही नोट्स बनाओ, क्योंकि एक चीज स्किप होगी ना वो कंटिन्यू होते जाएगा. कैसे समझाऊं तुमको? तुम बहुत मैच्योर हो मकेश, मैं क्या बताऊं तुमको, है ना मकेश? एक चीज स्किप होता है, फिर अगले सेशन में जो पढ़ाया जा रहा है वो सब सिर के ऊपर से जाता है. बिकॉज आई हैव बीन वेयर यू आर ऑल आर राइट नाउ. तो ट्राई टू मेंटेन दैट रिदम. नहीं बनता है तो मुझसे कॉल करो, सर बताओ सर ऐसी ऐसी बात है, आई एम नॉट बीइंग एबल टू कम. तो कैन वी वॉच द लेक्चर थ्रू यूट्यूब एंड देन वॉच इट एंड देन आस्क मी इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन जब चल जाए. ठीक है रोनित?
यस सर.
Next time, whenever if Zoom does not work, put an intimation to me. Sir, Zoom is not working. If I cannot pick up the call, please message. Sir, Zoom is not working. I will watch the session via YouTube and ask you the doubts in the class. फिर पूछो, then ask wherever you get stuck. ठीक है?
Yes sir.
Yes. चलो. Okay. Everybody, once you all are done writing this page, or just take a screenshot quickly, raise your hands. So Praveen and Aanchal have taken the screenshots. How about the others? Please go ahead. Let me know. Are you all done? Everyone? Okay. चलो. ठीक है. So we'll take the next one. sometimes I also understand you all might be feeling like tired कि यार आदमी इतना सुबह से लेकर रात तक स्कूल कर रहा है, ट्यूशन कर रहा है, you all are doing so much effort. I understand the value of the efforts and that you all also feel tired, and if at all you do, feel free to express that also. I'm open to it. बताओ कि सर आज मैं थक गया हूँ, I'm not being able to come to the class. Okay, I get that, man. Come on. Sir, I want to go with my family. Come on, I understand. I'm also as much a human as you all are, right? So इसीलिए express freely. Now, next question says that you have a rod. This rod is coming down under the effect of gravity. You wanted to calculate tau, alpha, angular acceleration, acceleration at the end point and about the axis. Let's do this question, everyone. Let's take this question along with, who will want to solve this question? Raise hand. Okay. Now, kindly raise your hands. I will put all hands down. है ना? I've put all hands down now. You all can raise your hands अगर मेरे साथ करना चाहते हो जल्दी से. This is the second time. One time we have already discussed it in the last class. Chalo, quickly, jaldi se, tell me if anybody would like to solve it along with me. Raise your hands. Now to you all should be able to, you all know the logic. Iska matlab Mukesh did not understand it properly, so did Praveen and Ronit. Ronit was not there. Praveen, are you not clear on this question? Ask me if there is any doubt. Praveen, is there any
Sir,
doubt?
I didn't attend last class lecture, sir.
Hai,
Oh,
you were there, no? Abhi last session 7 to 8:30.
no, sir. The before.
So you should ask, no, this question if you were not clear, you should ask, sir. It's a doubt. I waited for you all. I'm tired of saying, my God, what are these learners doing? Please ask Praveen. Whenever you feel that you're not understanding, ask me. Okay. Chalo, theek hai. What I'll not say after this repeatedly. Whatever you all want to do. Theek hai. So, okay, everybody, have a look. Here we have weight acting at the center. Let's take this with one of you. Aanchal, go ahead. Weight will act at the center, and under the effect of weight, rod kya hoga? Will come down. Yes, I repeat, question kya bol raha tha? You were given that in this horizontal position, weight is acting at the center of the rod, and as this weight acts downwards and the mass of the rod is m, length of the rod is l, we want to calculate what will be the value for the torque value for acceleration for this system, है ना? तो पहले केस के लिए when the torque value was being asked, क्या करना है आंचल? Let's do it. हाँ, कैसे करोगे? How will we calculate torque? सबसे पहले you will identify the
the value of R will be.
So you will identify the origin is at the axle. एक बार origin is identified, फिर you will make the position vector. लेकिन position vector किस point का? Which point's position vector?
The center
The
of
point
mass of
where
the rod.
the point where the weight is acting. Why? Because always whenever I have a point at which the force is acting and I want to calculate the torque about that point, we first take the origin. After the origin is taken, we make the position vector of that point. After making the position vector, we go for seeing where does the weight act. After seeing that, or whichever force is acting, after seeing that, this was step number 1. Make the origin. Step number 2, mark the position vector. Step number 3. Aanchal, step number 3 is?
We know the R
Formula
will be taken as L by 2.
Formula
And formula for torque is R cross F, which is equal to
Acha,
R sin theta.
can we take this even if the two are not arranged tail to tail या head to head ले सकते हैं क्या? No.
So we need to
Let's
arrange
arrange.
it tail to tail.
R cross F. Acha, do the calculations. Tell me, go from R to F. Tell me R is towards the right and F is downwards. So, where will be the thumb pointing? Into the screen? Yes. Chalo. Once that is there, we have here on the screen, we will write tau. This is into the screen. So, this torque will be inside into the screen. Then RF sine theta. What is the angle between the two?
90 degrees. So tau will be equal to R into F.
Okay, let's write therefore tau will be equal to R is equal to L by 2.
L by 2 and F will be equal to M into G.
Into sine of 90. Okay, if anybody is leaving the class, you can leave now also. Don't worry. Anytime you all are free to leave, free to come. I am right now really, hey Bhagwan. Matlab, I am just thinking, why am I caring so much for all of you? Now I'll stop caring. You want to do homework, do it. You want to do assignment, do it. Don't want to do it, don't do it. Completely up to you all. Okay, chalo. Yes, over to you, Alisa. Over to you, Aliza. Continue from here. Ek bar this is done. Is she there? She is there. Okay.
Yes,
Now, after we are done, ये weight का value is mg, है ना? चलो. After we have the mg value, then next step.
So MGL by 2.
So अभी we have this यहाँ तक fourth step. So I generally don't say this to my students, but even if they try and they are not able to do it, मतलब तुम कोशिश करो और काम नहीं कर पाते हो, if you're trying and you're not able to do it, I appreciate it. But when you say sir I won't try, is that's the height of क्या बोलूँ? It's the height of not doing anything. At least try. मतलब व्हाट इज दिस आई मतलब मुझे अजीब लगता है कोई दो मिनट 1 मिनट अपने सब्जेक्ट के लिए दे, उसको कोई दूसरा सामने वाला बोल रहा है भाई अपने काम कर लो, मतलब दिस इज हाइट ऑफ नॉट टेकिंग द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ योर वर्क. सो प्लीज टेक द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ व्हाट यू ऑल आर डूइंग. ठीक है, नोबडी एल्स इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर योर लाइफ, ओनली यू योरसेल्फ, राइट? नोबडी एल्स. सो इफ यू थिंक दैट गोइंग टू अ ट्यूशन मेक्स टॉपर्स, दैट इज द बिगेस्ट लाई यू विल एवर हियर. कोई आकाश एलन रेजोनेंस जाने से टॉपर नहीं बन जाता. Nobody becomes a topper just by attending a particular class which is of good name. You are just going to any good teacher. Never. It is the hard work of the individual. It is the ability to take one's own responsibility कि यार मुझे बनाना है, I want to solve it. When that ability comes within you, that role of self responsibility comes within you, that is when you start making the questions. ऐसा थोड़ी टीचर के पास चले गए, you go to the class, come out, go to the class, come out. This is just a repeated affair of going to the class and coming out would not bring you results that you think that you have aimed for. Please remember this again and again. जब तक बच्चा अपनी मेहनत नहीं करता, if you are not taking your responsibility and putting in your hard work, nobody else in the universe can help you achieve the aim that you wish to. हाँ, so okay,
So
next.
torque is equal to I alpha.
अभी torque is calculated. Torque, the first part of the question is done. We wanted to calculate it. mgl by 2 is the torque value. Okay. Abhi, what is the equation for tau? Tau is equal to I into alpha. Therefore,
Yes,
alpha is equal to
So
tau
alpha
by
will be
I.
tau by I. Yes.
Now,
So
do we know what is the
MGL
value
by
for tau?
MGL by
mgl by 2. Do we know what is the value for I for any rod that is rotating about its axis, about this axis?
Sir, it will be ML square by 3.
ml square by 3 for any rod for the axis passing through the end of the rod. So let's substitute that ml square by 3. M and M will get cancelled. Abhi L will also be get
L
cancelled.
square
We'll have
and
3G by
G by 3G by
2L.
L. 2L, huh?
3G by 2L is the value for alpha. If you all are clear with this, please let me know, dear learners. Over to you. I'll go from the first sheet. ठीक है? Ask me wherever you feel you're stuck. Ask me and be so ready कि आपको बोला जाए. If I ask you to solve the question, you should not be in the underconfidence. No sir, don't ask me. That should not be your state of mind. You should be very free. Sir, I could not understand it. Please explain it to me. Sir, I could not understand it. Please explain it to me. Say that 10 times and I'll be more than happy to explain it 10 times. But then when you say that you're clear and then you later refuse, no sir, I won't make it, or I'm apprehensive, this is ये क्या है? मतलब why did you then in first place say that you could solve it? Admit sir I could not do it and ask it. Be that much bold. Okay, now if you all have understood the first aspect of the question, क्या हो रहा है? We are being told that there is a force that is acting on the rod. It is, ये ऐसा बोलेगा नहीं, no question will tell you that. You should be able to identify that always the weight will act about the center, which is if the rod is uniform and its length is L, then the weight will act at a distance which is half of the total value. So by taking that into consideration, we have calculated this and came up to the result that tau is equal to RF sine theta. Therefore, the rotation will happen in this direction, R cross F. See here, R cross F. When you do R cross F, it is very clearly visible that this is the angle, clockwise direction in which rotation will happen. See here, and this is what we see. यहाँ पर rotation will happen in this direction. So whenever you're doing R cross F, you're actually calculating torque, which is the turning effect of that system. कितनों को ये बात समझ में आ गई? Quickly ask me, okay, wherever you don't get it, पूछो, right? Nobody will give you so much amount of importance and the kind of attention I give you all, right? You all will miss me someday. Whenever you're going to a college, now you will see ऐसे नहीं पढ़ाते हैं professors, right? You will see in most of the colleges they leave it to your own wish. पढ़ाई करना है करो. If you want to study, study. Don't want to study, get a back. Nobody will say you to, or nobody will be behind your back. ठीक है? The way I am being. ठीक है? So you all will miss this, है ना? I am proclaiming it today. You all will someday miss कि काश खुशवंत सर आज यहाँ कॉलेज में भी पढ़ाते हैं. जल्दी से, once you all are clear, raise your hands. Yes, in fact कोई कोचिंग में भी ऐसे नहीं पढ़ाता है, right? Have you seen कि कैसे professional coachings are held? They will ask, Understood? Okay. Not understood? Okay. They'll move to the next page. Nobody will give you this much attention and time the way I'm trying to portray this knowledge to you. मेरे को अपनी तारीफ नहीं करनी है, but then today you all have forced me to do that, right? I know my value. I don't know how many of you know that. If you don't know, you will realize it very soon, है ना? I really pray universe that you all realize it very soon. चलो जल्दी से, once you all are done with this page, bring your hands down, ठीक है? Waiting for you. Screenshot लेना. Once you all are done writing. हाँ, चलो quickly, है ना? I'll wait for you all. Come on, bring your hands down. ठीक है. Next, let's take to the next page. हाँ. So Eulalia, then abhi this one. Go ahead, everyone. Bring your hands in the raised position once you all are done with this page also. Chalo, come on, quickly. Chalo, done? Okay. Next page, let's move. ठीक है? अच्छा, how many of you have clearly understood this concept? Calculate R, F, tau, alpha. Bring your hands down. कितनों को ये समझ में आ गया? Ask me if you couldn't. I'll explain it again. Yes. हाँ, Aliza. Any doubts? Please ask. Yes, Aliza. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. अभी देखो, you all are saying clear. I'll not ask it again. I can ask anybody. Now, no value of clear because I think that now that clear has no value for anybody of you. हाँ, मतलब clear है तो भी yes sir, clear नहीं है तो भी yes sir. हाँ, चलो. Okay. Then अभी once we have alpha and tau value, this question is done. ठीक है? Alpha is there with us. Tau is also there for us. Two things we all have done. ठीक है? अभी नेक्स्ट वन लेट्स सॉल्व. इसके बाद अगला सवाल. ठीक है, चलो. सो हियर इज द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कमिंग अप ऑन द स्क्रीन. हाँ, क्या था क्वेश्चन? लेट्स सी. So I think this question was, you were being told that acha, for this rod we have to also calculate ACM and acceleration about the center of mass, okay, at the axis and this. Okay, let's do it that also. So step by step, let us calculate the acceleration at different points. So I'll again draw the rod. Here was the rod. Here is the rod on the screen. Now this is the rod. Okay. For this rod, they are telling you calculate the value for acceleration at different centers. What is the value for alpha that we have come up with? Let's take this with Tanisha. Tanisha, alpha has come up as 3g
by 12.
3g by 12. I want to calculate acceleration. हर point पे acceleration अलग-अलग कि same? Over to you, Tanisha. Same. So the acceleration is same at all points.
No, acceleration is different. Sigma is same.
A का formula is?
A is equal to R sigma.
R alpha.
Alpha, I'm sorry.
This is called R alpha. Now that A is equal to R alpha and we know how to calculate the value for alpha, we have the expression for it already. Let's calculate the A value for every point. So the fundamental is, if I take three different points, the central point, the end point and the point at the axis, you will see at all the 3 points A value is different. The point which is at the axis of rotation will have R value as 0, step number 1. Here at this point, R value is L by 2. At the end point, what is R value?
L.
L. Once we have R value at all the 3 points, can we calculate A? A क्या हो जाएगा? A will be 0. Here,
yes,
A
sir.
L by 2 into alpha is 3GL by 2L. 3G by 2L. This will give us 3G by 4.
4L.
L2 gets cancelled, right?
Yeah.
So this will give us the center of mass. For the center of mass, the acceleration is 3g by 4. What about the last point, this point? For this point, the acceleration A will be equal to L times of 3g
by 2L.
Which means that A will be equal to 3g
by 2.
Right? So if in the question, suppose they give you some numeric value, so just see what is G value. G is 10, substitute 10 here and get your answers. Right? I hope you all have understood this. But how to calculate A value once you already have alpha. अपन ने alpha निकाल लिया, then we went ahead with calculating the A values in the question. चलो, if you all are clear with this, quickly raise your hands. We'll go to more questions. Yes, जल्दी से. Quick. Are you all clear? Yes, chalo jaldi se raise your hands if there is any doubt. Please ask everyone. So Tanisha is clear, so is Aanchal, Ronit, Praveen, Aliza, go ahead. हाँ पूछो. Yes Aliza. Okay, take a screenshot everyone. I'll go to the next question. 5 4 3 2 1. ठीक है. All right. And please take the screenshot even if you have completed. Later अगर doubt आया, suppose you have any doubt, how will you do it, right? So try to take screenshot. See, for this question you will get the answer as v is equal to under root 2gh. You will get the answer as v is equal to under root 2gh. How many of you could get the answer? Bring your hands down. कितने लोगों का आंसर आ रहा है? Could you verify v will come as under root 2gh? Okay, Praveen is clear. Bring your hands down if you could get the answer. Praveen is clear. Aliza, Tanisha, okay, good. Aanchal, superb. Makesh and Ronit have doubts. We'll take your queries. Yes, Makesh, ask me. Over to you, Makesh.
No, sir.
Could you solve it, Makesh, or do you have a doubt? Yes, ask.
Actually, sir, I didn't try itself, sir.
Okay, try it now. Try it now. Huh. Initial velocity is 0. Yes. So 0 over here. Ball is going down. Question says that initial velocity is 0. It covers a height h and comes to the ground. What is the v value they are asking, right? So v square is equal to 0 plus 2 into a ka value is minus g. Yes, because the displacement is negative and in the downward direction. We'll put a minus h over here. Correct, Makesh? So
Yes,
v
sir.
will be equal to under root 2gh. Easy, simple.
Yes, sir.
How much time has it taken, Makesh? 5 seconds? Yes. Chalo. Take a screenshot everybody. If you all have understood, raise your hands. Yes. अगर हमको समझ में आ गया, quickly raise your hands. Question says that there is a ball that comes down. ठीक है? It is initially at rest, so u is 0, and since it's coming down, displacement is negative. A is equal to minus g. Always substitute the values, you will get under root of 2gh. Do the same with conservation of energy. Still same answer. Okay, if you all are clear, please raise your hands. Ronit is clear, so is Tanisha, Aanchal. Okay, Aliza, Makesh and Praveen, are you clear? Please let me know. Okay, please keep your hands raised. Okay, keep your hands raised. Now, let's solve this question. What did the question say? Question said that you have a rod. This rod has been tied to a thread. As soon as you remove this thread or just cut it, this rod will start coming down. As soon as this rod starts coming down and comes into the vertical position, at this vertical position, question says that calculate the value for omega. Calculate the value for omega. ठीक है? चलो, अभी let's go for the omega value. So omega will come over here. है ना? Okay, चलो, let's go for this. So question says that calculate omega. What did we do? Whenever omega ka value is being asked, why did I make you all solve the last question? Because in that question velocity was asked, linear velocity after a ball falls from a height. In this case, rather than asking you linear velocity, here there was linear motion happening. In this case, linear motion nahi ho raha hai. Linear motion is not happening. Rather, angular motion is happening. So you will see कि ball या ये जो rod है, in what position does this rod come? Now this rod will come in the vertical position. This rod will come in the vertical position. And once it is there in the vertical position, and initial position also you know. So this is initial. This is final position of the rod. Initially इसका height above the ground is equal to h. तो हमने लिख दिया h. Then this h is equal to L, है ना? Okay. Now when it comes in this vertical position, assuming that its angular velocity is omega, what did we do? Initial potential energy is how much far above the ground is the center of mass. I repeat, in this question, rather than considering the entire rod, we considered only the center of mass. So how far above the ground is the center of mass we took? So it is at a height of L. So we write mg into h is the value for initial potential energy, which is mgl by 2. After writing this, शुरुआत में this system was at rest initially. So we write kinetic energy is equal to 0 or half I omega square. We know rotational kinetic energy is half I omega square. Okay, then when it comes to the vertical position, final potential energy needs to be written, which is equal to, how will you calculate? Since now the center of mass is at the center, therefore this value is L by 2. Write that. So we'll have potential energy is mgl by 2, or the height of the center of mass above the axis when it comes to this position. Acha, what will be the final potential energy or final kinetic? Half into I times of omega square. All we have to do is equate these two. Let's do it with one of you. Let's do it along with Tanisha. Chalo. Yes, Tanisha, how to do it?
Yes, sir.
Then next.
So we will equate like ui plus ki is equal to uf plus kf.
Okay, so let's write ui plus ki is equal to uf plus kf. What is this called? This is called principle of conservation of mechanics.
Conservation.
When will you
Yeah.
do this? Whenever gravitation will act on any object and it is responsible for the motion of that object. When will you do it, Tanisha? Whenever gravity will act on any object and not only gravity, under the effect of any conservative force. That is why those forces are called conservative. Something is conserved. What is conserved? Mechanical energy is conserved. Which energy? कौन सी energy conserve हो रही है?
Mechanical.
Energy. So conservation principle of energy is applied over here. Dear learners, please try to understand यहाँ पे fundamental क्या है? Why are you conserving energy in this case? क्योंकि the way जब ball used to fall from a height is similarly यहाँ पे the rod is rotating about the axis. ठीक है? If you so okay अभी I won't tell more things. Go ahead. हाँ.
Yeah.
हाँ.
So
Initially mg into L initial
L.
potential energy plus initially it was at rest is equal to
0.
final potential energy is mg L by 2 plus final kinetic energy is half into I omega square. Yes, up. Therefore mgl minus mgl by 2 will give us half
I omega square.
square. Acha. Then next step mgl minus mgl by 2 will be equal to
mgl by 2.
which is equal to half I omega square. Ronit, what is the moment of inertia for the rod about one end? Ronit, about one end, what is the value for moment of inertia for the rod?
ml square by 3.
ml square by 3. So let's write ml square by 3. Okay? So over here. After we have this, let's substitute. Ronit, let's continue with you. So mgl by 2 is equal to half into m times of L square by 3 into omega square. So see, actually this m is same on both sides, although I've written capital M here. You all can reduce it to small m. So it's just a choice of variables. Okay. So अब Ronit, अभी both side which variables would get cancelled? हाँ, Ronit, over to you. जल्दी से, quickly.
m
M will be cancelled and or m will cancel.
L.
L is cancelled. ठीक है. उसके बाद we'll have omega value as omega
G.
will come from here. Omega अच्छा 2 will also get cancelled. देखो. So 3g upon L. Correct?
Yes sir.
Square. ये this is the value for omega square. तो omega will be Ronit how much? Omega is equal to बोलो
root 3g upon L.
root 3g by L. Simple. Have a look here, everybody. What simple logic है. What is the question says? There is a rod which comes down from horizontal to the vertical position and they ask you what is the value for. Acha, do you know what are these questions based on? All of these questions have been coming in previous years NEET and JEE ka papers. I repeat, these questions are based on previous year JEE ka papers. This is based on JEE 2017. Essay one of them is based on JEE 2019. All of the questions, you go and see your papers, you'll understand the worth of whatever I'm giving you all here. ठीक है? चलो. Once you all are done writing this, quickly let me know. Over to you everybody, because you all told me in the last session that you have understood. I'll no longer ask that. ठीक है? Okay. Now, if you all have written this down or taken a screenshot, quickly bring your hands down. अगर किसी को doubt होगा, I have opened the floor. You all are most free to welcome. Like you all are most free to ask your queries. But I have already asked. You all have already admitted कि हमसे बन रहा है. ठीक है? So now you all are responsible. Ask me even now if you have any doubts by your own efforts. Right? I won't ask you now. Like if you have doubt or not. If you have a doubt, you ask it from your end. हाँ. Yes, बोलिए तनीषा.
mgl by 2 initial velocity, initial ui, potential
this is MGL.
energy.
No, this is MGL only. That is printing mistake. Corrected. ठीक. चलो. Once you all are done writing, let's go to the next page. जैसे ही लिखना हो जाए, everybody will raise their hands. Yes, waiting for you. Achal has written and Aliza has written and Ronit has completed writing. Makesh, Praveen, okay. quickly take the screenshot or write this page. Done. I'm going to the next sheet. Tanisha, please take a screenshot. Over to you, everybody. Yes, abhi ye wala page. Once you all are done writing, bring your hands down. Fir se, come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Next one. Chalo. Done. Everybody. Chalo, great. Super. Once again, take a screenshot if anybody wants it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the next question. Done, everyone? Take a screenshot and raise your hands once you all are done with it. Take a screenshot if you all would like to. Yes. Lelo, screenshot, Lelo, raise your hands. Yes. So Praveen has taken it. Aliza, Tanisha, Ronit. Okay. Achal. Okay. Right. ठीक है, चलो. Everybody, next question. Abhi in this next question, what was it? Let's see. In this question, they were telling that there is a rod, ठीक है, and it comes from horizontal to the vertical. This is at an inclined position. It comes to the horizontal and then comes to the vertical position. You have to calculate omega values. Let's check कैसे होगा. This was a little challenging question, so I am there for all your help. चलो. But I am there for help हर question में, ठीक है. So just provided how dedicated you are. So you will ask. So let's solve this with Praveen. Praveen, ready? Now I'll help you, Praveen. So please don't have the fear of not being able to make the question. It's okay if you don't know anything. I'm there for you. Yes, Praveen? Okay. So now question is, you're being told that there is a rod with this horizontal axis. Yes, correct? Are you there? Hello, Praveen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the center of mass of the rod is at a length of L by 2 from the axis. Yes. And they are saying that it is held at an angle of theta. As soon as the rod is released, what will happen? It will start rotating. Am I correct, Praveen?
Yes, sir.
And after rotating, it will come, at one time it will become horizontal, but it will not remain in that position. Although it becomes horizontal, but then it will continue to move downwards. Correct, Praveen? If it comes over here like this, at this time, it will have some velocity, omega, and I want to calculate that omega. Suppose I will take this as the datum line. What will I take this as? The datum line. So this is the datum line. Datum line means the line where you are going to take the value of, potential energy as 0. Correct, Praveen? So let's take at this particular line over here, potential energy is 0. Praveen, yes. So U final is 0. What is the value for kinetic energy, Praveen, over here? If the
Half I omega square, sir.
Half I omega square. I have the value for kinetic energy half I omega square, and the value for potential energy is 0. Now, I want to see what is this length. Can I draw this triangle? Everybody have a look. Ye triangle. Which triangle I'm talking about? You all will understand. This one. This. I'll draw it again. Have a look, everyone. This one. This triangle. How many of you can identify this triangle? Jaldi se. Bring your hands down. This triangle. It has hypotenuse as L by 2. And its inclination is theta. This will be which component? Let's take this with Aliza. Sine component, cos component. Ye wala.
Sine.
And
Component.
this component will be
Cos component.
Cos. So now let's do it. Fatafat say. So you all are going to write this into your copies. This is a triangle. This triangle has, this is theta. This is L by 2. This is L by 2 sine theta. And here we have L by 2.
L by 2 cos theta.
After we have sine and cos components, our purpose is to see initial velocities, initial value for energies. This is L by 2 sine theta. Iska matlab center of mass, how much above is it the datum line? Aliza,
L by 2 sine theta.
L by 2 sine theta. So L by 2 sine theta is the value for H. What will be the value for potential energy? Mg
L by 2 sine theta.
mgh, which is equal to mg L by 2 sine theta. देखो मैंने क्या किया? What did I do? In the last question, we were supposed to calculate potential energy for that rod when it was at different points. In this question, that length was not known to us. Rather, this slant length is known. Ki center of mass will always be at a distance of L by 2 from the axis. But what is this height from any given? So the potential energy you can assume at any point as 0. Okay? With relative to that, you can do your calculation. So here we have assumed that at this point the potential energy is 0. So this is the principle that we learned while doing work, energy and power. Ki whenever you are conserving energy, take at any length or any given height potential energy as 0. Okay? We have done that here. Then शुरुआत में suppose system is at rest. So its kinetic energy, it's going to be how much, Aliza? Equal to 0. Half I omega
Zero.
square, your kinetic energy is 0. Remember, your rotation is happening, and whenever rotation happens, all energy that we'll talk about is only rotational energy. We'll not talk about linear energy or kinetic energy. ठीक है? Now, after this, everybody, ठीक है, let's understand more. So let's continue this along with Praveen, yes, once I have this, what do we do? Why will we conserve energy? That is very important. Why is the rod coming down? Why rod comes down? Due to
Gravitational force, sir.
gravitational force. The rod comes down, it is due to, you all will write this in your copy. Even if you think that you all are the smartest in the world, still write this down. So why does the rod come down? Because of gravity. And now when it comes down due to gravity, if it comes down due to gravity, what is the next step? The next step is, Achha, this all I'm writing for you all, not for myself. So please write it down in your copies. The more you write, you will remember. The less you write, the lesser you will remember. Please write. Okay. So, why does the rod come down? Gravity. What kind of force is gravitational force, Praveen?
Pulling force, sir.
Conservative or
Conservative force.
non-conservative? Conservative or non-conservative?
Conservative force, sir.
Conservative. So which energy will be conserved?
Mechanical energy, sir.
Therefore, mechanical energy is conserved. Write it down, Praveen, in your copy, and then revise
Yes, sir.
and come before next class. At least 1 minute of revision. So, therefore, mechanical energy is conserved. After the mechanical energy is conserved, ठीक है? After the mechanical energy is conserved, what is the next step that we're going to take? Next step that we're going to take, what is mechanical energy composed of? Which two parts are there, Praveen?
Potential energy and kinetic energy, sir.
One is kinetic and the other is potential. So kinetic is represented by K, potential is represented by U. So what are we going to do is write initial potential plus initial kinetic is equal to final potential plus final kinetic. So in this question, have a look here everybody, ध्यान से देखना, all of you, right? That in this question we have the value for, okay, in this question we have the value for initial kinetic energy as 0 है ना, and final potential energy as 0. Initial potential energy as mgh and this h is L by 2 sin theta. So instead of h we have substituted L by 2 sin theta. अभी substitution क्या है यहाँ पर, so that we all can move ahead. So potential energy how much, Praveen? mg L by 2
L by 2 sin theta.
ठीक है. Kinetic energy was equal to
0.
Potential energy finally is equal to 0.
Zero.
Kinetic energy is equal to half omega square. Okay. After we do that, we know I is how much for a rod. Let's take this with Ronit. Ronit, for the rod, what is the value for I? About the end?
Sir, mg square by 3.
ml
mg square by 3. ml square by 3.
ml square by 3. Let's write that. Abhi ml square by 3. Acha. Praveen, next. So we'll write mgl by 2 sin theta is equal to half into I how much? ml square by 3 into omega square. So after we do that, what we have to do, Praveen? What do we
need to equate it, sir.
Let's equate it. So cutting down m and n, 2 and 2 on both sides,
Yes,
L and again L on both sides. What does omega come as? Check and tell me.
Root of 3g sin theta, sir.
3g sin theta by L.
By L. Yes, sir.
So this 3g sin theta by L comes as omega square. So therefore omega will be how much? Under root of 3g sin
3g.
theta by L.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So we'll have therefore omega is equal to under root of 3g sin theta by L. Again, these are very, very important questions. They are asked in the papers. Super important. ठीक है? You will realize it someday. कि तुमको लगेगा तुम्हारा पूरा lecture copy paper में आ गया. You all will have that realization. See that? Okay. अच्छा. Once this is there into your copies, raise your hands. Over to you, everybody. Once this is there into your copies, raise your hands. Chalo, everyone. Quickly, waiting for you all. Very, very simple, easy, amazing questions. Come on. Let me know. Done. Okay, Sarji, done. Okay, cool. Right? So, if anybody wants to leave, it's 10:30. Feel free to just put a message. Bye. All right. Now, next question. I'm going to continue 15 more minutes around because we started at 9:15. So, that much time I need with all of you. Okay. Acha. If until we have completed this point. So all of you can kindly raise your hands. Yes, jaldi se. Once you all are done with this part, raise your hands. So come on, quickly. Yes, okay, ठीक है. Now, next question, let's have a look into it before we proceed ahead. Okay. So, in the next question, there was this rod. There was this ring. Okay, the ring was opening. The ring was going down. There was a thread. Question क्या कह रहा था? Question was saying that हमारे पास we have a thread and this thread के साथ there is a ring tied and the thread starts opening up. The thread starts opening up. After the thread starts opening up, we need to calculate if this thread comes down, what will be the value for the tension in the string and the acceleration of the entire system as the ring is coming down. तो अभी इस क्वेश्चन को लेट्स सॉल्व. वी ऑल हैव सॉल्व्ड इट अंटिल हियर कि वील हैव इक्वेशंस लाइक जैसे ये. अब लेट्स डू इट अगेन, कोई बात नहीं, चलो ठीक. सो लेट्स मेक इट अगेन, दोबारा से बनाता है. इट्स अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन. यू हैव अ रिंग, ठीक है. द रिंग इज अटैच्ड टू अ थ्रेड एंड इट इज ओपनिंग. द थ्रेड इज ओपनिंग, ऐसा, ठीक है. लेट्स मेक इट. सो हियर वील हैव अ रिंग. We'll have a ring. This ring is attached to a thread and this thread comes from here like this. This is the thread, okay? This is the thread. It goes around the ring ऐसा. It goes around the ring like this, ठीक है. The ring is opening ऐसा. Ring is opening from the thread. Question says that calculate the value for tension and acceleration. Like every question in this also, first we'll make the origin. This is the origin. From the origin, you will see which all points are acting at what all, and what all are the values for forces. तो हमने क्या किया? What did we do? Let's do it again. Who will want to do this with me? I will just choose one of you and we'll do it together. So, can I take here along with me Tanisha? Ready? कोशिश करें.
Yes, sir.
Question चलो बताते जाओ. Over to you, Tanisha. Yes. हाँ.
Yes, sir. So firstly, we'll make the free body diagram.
Firstly, so 1 minute. Who has just exited? Makesh has gone and Swarada. Huh? Makesh and Swarada. Let me take the absentees list. So Aryan was absent, then Ridhima, okay. Aryan, Ridhima, Swarda, right? Vasu, okay. Aryan, Ridhima, Swarda. I think Swarda came, right? In the Abhi she was there, no? She just exited, right? Swarda and Vasu. List of sectors. चलो कोई बात नहीं, no worries. हाँ, let's continue जल्दी से. So अभी we have the value for forces at this point. Tension is acting upwards.
Upwards.
Why? The pulling force. Yes.
Yeah, and mg is acting downwards.
Downwards, ठीक है. About the center of mass. ठीक
Now,
है.
since the acceleration is downwards, the equation will be mg minus t is equal to ma.
So mg minus t is equal to ma. Next step, we know that in this question we'll take this point as the origin because the rotation is happening about the center. We'll draw a position vector from this point until the 2 points where the value for torque needs to be calculated. So torque for tension can be calculated like this. We'll have r ऐसा and tension
Rf sin theta.
So we'll have torque is equal to r into t sine of theta, which is equal to 90 degrees. After you have this, we'll have the ये r का value. In this case, suppose this has a mass m and radius r. It was given as a ring, right? So we'll take this as a ring. अब इसका mass
This will be RT.
So this is RT into sine of 90, which is 1. So torque of tension has been calculated. What about torque of mg? Because we are calculating from the center, it will be equal to 0. Okay. After doing this, we know torque value is RT. We also know that A is equal to R into alpha. ठीक है? Okay. After that is also known. अभी क्या करें? We know that. So this is one equation. This is second. ठीक है? This is third. and there is one more equation, and that equation says that tau is equal to I alpha.
I alpha.
Is equal to I alpha. This is equation number 4. Step by step we'll solve them. Okay? Alright, so after we have these 3 equations, abhi why am I doing it so fast? Because we all have done this in the previous session. So I'm under the assumption that you all have a basic idea of what this question is all about. Let's one by one make the substitution. So this tau, this is the tension, torque due to tension and torque due to mg. So we'll write here net torque is due to tension plus torque due to mg, which is equal to I into alpha. Instead of alpha, we'll write A by R. Abhi, instead of tension के वजह से, instead of torque due to mg, we have value is 0. Why? Because mg is passing through that origin. Here, abhi, whenever torque was calculated, this was R. This is the origin. At this point, force is acting. So if this is the point, we used to take the position vector of the point where the force is acting. Okay. Then torque due to tension came as R into T, substituting that over here. RT is equal to I into A by R. After writing that, we'll go to the next step. We know that I value for a ring is equal to how much, Tanisha? M into
MR square.
Substituting that, R into T is equal to mr square times of A by R. So R and R gets cancelled. You have M into R times of A is equal to R into T. R and R again get cancelled. We'll have T is equal to mass into acceleration, M into A. So abhi T is equal to MA, and this is one equation that we already have, 1 and 2. Two equations, let's solve them. क्या करेंगे? We have mg minus T is equal to MA and T is equal to MA. Let's write them separately. So we got two equations, mg minus T is equal to MA and another one is T is equal to MA. अभी ये दो equations को we'll solve together, substitute.
So this will be mg is equal to 2ma.
mg minus MA is equal to MA. Therefore, 2MA is equal to mg, and therefore the value for A is equal to G by 2. You have the value for A. You can of course calculate the value for T. T is equal to M into A. Therefore, T will be equal to mass into G by 2. So T is equal to mg by 2, or whatever is the weight of that ring, half of that is the tension in the body, and A is equal to G by 2. एक बार quickly let's have a check. Let's look into the concept of this question and once again see it. So in the last class, if you all want, for those of our viewers who are watching us via YouTube, this question was discussed in the previous class, although that is not present in the playlist because that was an offline class. Okay, so I'll quickly go through what we have done. In this case, there was a ring given in the question with radius R and mass M. The question says that the ring is tied to a thread and the thread is enveloped around it. You leave the ring to open itself. The ring starts opening. The ring starts opening. As the ring starts opening, the linear motion and rotation motion both are happening simultaneously. So we wrote the equations for both. First we calculated torque. We know torque ka value is R into F sine theta, right? Here the angle between the radius vector and the tension was 90 degree. Did the calculation step by step, keep on moving ahead. Tau aa gaya, tau is I into alpha. Using the equations we calculated that A is equal to G by 2 and T is equal to mg by 2. Please take a screenshot. Try to solve this at home. If there is any doubt, go ahead and ask me once again in the coming class. Okay? You please take the responsibility of asking me your queries, right? Everybody go ahead and please take a screenshot. We'll move to the next question after you all are done asking. Yes, come on. Once you all are done asking, please let me know. किसी को कुछ डाउट है प्लीज पूछ लो. आंचल, एनी डाउट्स? यस, गो अहेड. हाँ,
No doubt, sir.
ओके. अलीजा, एनी क्वेरीज?
No, sir.
ओके, ऑलराइट. प्रवीण क्विटेड, राइट? हाँ, रोनित, एनी क्वेरीज?
No, sir.
ओके. तनीषा, क्लियर है अच्छे से?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please try this out, everybody. If you couldn't, I know today's time was less for all of you, but it's all right to try. आज तुम लोगों को सुधारने में आधा टाइम चला गया, तो मैं कैसे हेल्प करूं? चलो ठीक है, I'll do my job honestly, then I'll move ahead. Okay, then the next question. ठीक है, next question says that you had a rod. ठीक है, at one end was father, another end was the son. Now there is a fulcrum point kept somewhere in between. Question says that calculate करो what will be the value for mass of the sun when the net torque on the system is 0. That means you are being told एक seesaw जैसा system है, there is a seesaw system on which the father and son are sitting. Father का mass is given to you as 60 kg and the mass of the son is being asked from us. You are being told that the father का weight is 60 kg and sun ka mass we don't know, we need to calculate. Of course, when I say weight here, I really mean the mass value. And unka the distance from the point where the rod will rotate about, that is different for each of them. The father is at a distance of L by 3, ठीक है. The son is at a distance of ये this part, मतलब the total distance L minus L by 3, that is 2L by 3. Sun is at 2L by 3 and this weight of the rod is acting about the center. We need to calculate what will be the mass of the sun so that the net torque is 0. कैसे करेंगे? In the last session that we all had, which was on the offline, on the which did not go online on YouTube, we all have already discussed कि कभी भी whenever you need to calculate the value for torque, we all have learned this process पिछली class में भी, that we will draw first step, make the origin. अभी भी discuss किया, right? We'll make the origin ऐसे करके, let's make the origin over here ऐसा, ठीक है. Let's make the origin over here like this, make the origin, है ना. Okay, origin will be at the point about which the entire system will rotate, ठीक है. This distance is given as L by 3, ठीक है, where the father is standing or sitting. This his weight is 60 kg. अभी sun का weight we don't know, so mass we don't know, so we'll take mass as m. Suppose the rod has mass in this case, let this be equal to w, and because this system is a uniform system or a uniform rod, we'll assume that the weight is acting about the center of this rod. So abhi center of the rod will be at a distance of L by 2 from each end. Center of the rod will be at a distance of L by 2 from each end. Question में क्या पूछा गया था? Question had asked what will be the value for mass of this boy if what was the weight given, what was the mass for the rod given, Aanchal? Mass for the rod was given as?
For the first case, it was taken 0. For the second case, it was given 20 kg.
20 kg. So it was equal to 0 for case number 1. For the second case, it is given as equal to 20 kg. So this is the mass, please remember. So when I write weight, it will be 20 into g. Okay. Now, once that is there, abhi kya karna hai? What are we supposed to do? We want to calculate what is the mass of the sun for no rotation. No rotation means no turning effect, and no turning effect means हम देखना चाहते हैं concept of no torque. For the concept of no torque we just discussed, हम क्या करेंगे? We'll write यहाँ पे suppose this distance is r1, ठीक है, I'll write it here. Suppose this distance is r1. This weight of the father, this is the sun, है ना. Weight of the father is suppose w1, or suppose this force we'll take it as f1, ठीक है, and here the weight that the sun applies is f2, ठीक है, and his distance is r2. The weight that is being acted by the rod is given as f3 and its distance from the fulcrum is equal to r3. Fundamental goes like this कि ध्यान से देखना, this is the rod, ठीक है, यहाँ पे weight of the entire rod is acting at this point, and यहाँ पे weight of the sun is acting, यहाँ पे weight of the father is acting. So this father is making the rod go in the anti-clockwise direction, जबकि here is the fulcrum. So the weight of the entire rod is making the rod go in the clockwise direction, and so is the sun. इसका meaning क्या हुआ? When you will go for the calculations, you will see that the rod and the sun, are all trying in their own ways to rotate the rod unknowingly because of the weight that they exert, है ना, and the position of the fulcrum. This is called fulcrum, the point about which the rod is balanced, ठीक है, the balance point. This is the balance point, which is also called fulcrum. You all can write this in your copies. So the concept where the torque of the system becomes equal to 0 is also called as principle of moments. What we are doing here is also called principle of moments. Principle of moments. Moments means different values of torque, moment of forces that you are applying. Torque, there is one more name for torque. Yaad karna, we call torque as moment of a force. So here we are talking about moment of a force, and according to principle of moments, whenever net torque on the system is 0, क्या करा, whenever net torque on the system is 0, the clockwise moment and anti-clockwise moment will be equal to each other. मतलब system में if this is R1, this is F1, ठीक है, this is R2, this is F2, and this total distance is suppose R3 and this is F3. So we'll write R1 F1 is equal to R2 F2 is equal to R3 plus R3 F3 because these both are clockwise torque. ठीक है, और not clockwise torque but the torque that produce a clockwise motion in the body. ठीक है, these are clockwise rotations. ठीक है, and similarly this one is anti-clockwise rotation. ये जब दोनों एक दूसरे को बैलेंस कर रहे हैं, when these are balancing each other, only then we'll see that there is no motion either rightwards या leftwards in this given amount of system. ठीक है, after we have that logic in our mind, अगला step, what is the next step? We'll write down the values. We know father का weight कितना था, 60 kg, so 60 into g. ठीक है, how far was he from the fulcrum? He was at a distance of L by 3. This was L by 3. So let's substitute that. We'll write here L by 3 is equal to, what was the weight of the entire rod? It was given as 20 kg. So 2 into 20 into g was the weight of the rod F2. How far was it from the center? So we had seen that the point about which this weight was acting, ye, we calculated this R3 as L by 2 minus L by 3. I repeat, this R3, ये वाला distance is L by 2 minus L by 3. So R3 is L by 2 minus L by 3, and like this, which is equal to, take 6, so 3 minus 2, that is equal to 1. So L by 6 is the distance between the point where the weight of the rod acts and the center about which this entire system is being balanced. So do the substitution respective. This is L by 6 plus the total distance from the total distance of the fulcrum, ये वाला point, because the fulcrum is at a distance of L by 3 from one end. I repeat, ये fulcrum is at a distance of L by 3 from one end and total rod का length is L. So this remaining distance R3 from the center to this end point becomes equal to 2L by 3. I repeat, ध्यान से सुनना, this distance is given to you as L by 3 and total rod का length is L. So the remaining distance becomes 2L by 3. You put that here in order to reach the final answer. ठीक है, all right, so 2L by 3 लिखा अपन ने. ठीक है, the value for mg यहाँ पे, so यहाँ पे the value for weight of that man, weight of that boy, we did not know, so we are taking this as small mg. After taking this as small mg, next step comes as, क्या करेंगे, we'll go for L into 60g by 3 and यहाँ पे we have L into 20g by 6. Let's go for it. g, all side we'll cancel, so we'll have 60 by 3L is equal to 20L by 6 plus 2ml by 3. After writing that, let's take it over here on the other side. So after we take it on the other side, let's take this ahead with Aliza. Aliza, हो क्या यहाँ पे? Aliza there? हाँ, Aliza,
60L by 3 minus 20L by 6, which will be equal to 2L m by 3. So
everybody have a look. This is 60 by 3. It will be equal to 20, correct?
Yes.
So 20L minus 20L by 6 will give you 5 by 6 20L. Check करो. Do you get this? ऐसा आएगा. Check करो. You will get this. Then is equal to 2L by 3 into M. Yes. So be L and L
Yes,
will be
sir.
cancelled on both sides. Am I correct? In fact, we could have cancelled it before only. But no worries. ठीक है. So we'll cancel out L on both sides. ऐसा quickly L and L. ठीक है. L and L will get cancelled. We'll have L equal to
And 6 and 3 also, we can cancel it.
5 into 20 into 3 divided by 6 into 2. Go for the calculations. 3 ones are, 3 twos are 6, and then we'll have 4 यहाँ पे and 5 यहाँ पे. You will get 25 kg is the weight of that boy. Yes, simple.
Yes.
अच्छा, in one case where the weight needs to be taken as 0, जहाँ पे this was the case number 2. अभी केस नंबर 1 के लिए दिस पार्ट विल वैनिश सिंपली. यू विल हैव r1 f1 is equal to r2 f2. So what we solved here was case number 2 where the rod also has some mass. Suppose rod doesn't have any mass. अगर rod का कोई mass नहीं है and we take it as a mass या system of zero mass, तब क्या करेंगे? Then we'll take as, हाँ बोलो तो आंचल, what will we do in that case? क्या करेंगे? Suppose the weight of the rod is taken as 0, so f2 का value will be 0. तो fundamental क्या हो जाएगा आंचल? r1 f1 will be equal to r2
R2F2.
या r3 f3 whatever. अभी this length was equal to l by 3 into what was the weight of the man? 60 है ना? तो 60 into g which is equal to the other boy, वो कितने distance पे है? 2l by
12
3.
by 3.
इसका weight will be m into g. तो from both sides gl and gl will be cancelled. Yes.
Three
So
and
अभी
3 will get
3 and 3
cancelled
will
also.
also be cancelled. Therefore weight of that boy will be 60 by 2 which is equal to
40 kg.
30 kg. So in that case the boy will weigh equal to 30 kg अगर the rod is considered as massless. ठीक है? If the rod has some mass, in that case the boy will have a weight of 25 kg. क्या ये सबको क्लियर हुआ? आई हैव बीन अ लिटिल फास्ट आई नो, बट इट इज जस्ट फॉर द रीजन ताकि अपन टाइम पे कंप्लीट कर सके. एंड अनदर रीजन इज वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस दिस इन द लास्ट सेशंस और पिछले सेशन में इतना जोरदार ढंग से. बट स्टिल इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स प्लीज फील फ्री टू लेट मी नो. आई एम देयर फॉर यू ऑल. इन केस दिस इज क्लियर काइंडली रेज योर हैंड्स. चलो यस, इफ देयर इज एनी डाउट आई एम देयर फॉर इट. इन केस इट इज क्लियर लेट मी नो. So Tanisha is clear, so is Aliza, Aanchal and Ronit. Okay. कोई doubt है anywhere? Any doubt? Please ask. If this screen what you want to take it into your copies, go ahead and write it down or just take a screenshot. We'll go and complete this session now. So screenshot हो जाए तो hand down करना everybody. Yes. If screenshot is done, bring your hands down. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. ठीक है? If you all want screenshot of this part also, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. ठीक है? Okay. Now, if anybody wants screenshot of this again, please take it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. अभी अगला also if anybody wants it, please go ahead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. अच्छा, one thing which I might not have directly stated, but here you all can clearly see that the weight is acting vertically downwards and r value you have taken like this. तो ये r, ये f. So it is very very clear कि here why am I writing simply r1 f1 and not sine theta? Because here the angle between the position vector of every point where the force is acting and the force itself, ये वाला angle का value is 90 degree. इसीलिए simply इस question में वो sin theta हमने नहीं लिखा. It was actually equal to rf sin theta where f was the weight in each case and r is the distance from that fulcrum to the point where the weight is being exerted. So these all questions are there if you all will solve the assignment questions that I have sent you all. So try to solve it whenever you are available. I really understand that सभी लोग अपने अपने कामों में busy हो and you all are also giving your best. ठीक है? Thank you everybody for being a part of this session. कोई doubt, कोई समस्या कुछ हो and you want to ask, I am there, else we all can close this session. Bye bye. If there is any doubt, I am there for you all, everybody.
Oh, sir, I had a doubt.
हाँ.
Sir, it's not a doubt. I have like a problem. Sir, मैं HC वर्मा की थ्योरी कर रही थी जो आपने क्वेश्चंस दिए थे एंड जो मतलब पेजेस रीड करने बोले थे. तो HC वर्मा बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब कंफ्यूजिंग लग रही है एट दिस पॉइंट. जो आपने मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया के डेरिवेशन बताए थे वो क्लियरली समझ में आ गए थे, लेकिन जब उसने टेक्सचुअल फॉर्म में लिखा है, उसने कुछ एक दो पर्टिकुलर न्यू वर्ड्स का मीनिंग भी है, कोई लाइंस का स्क्यू लाइंस आई गेस, हाँ, उन सब के मीनिंग भी उसमें इतने कॉम्प्लेक्स वे में लिखे हुए हैं कि वो मुझे बहुत कंफ्यूज कर रही है अब.
अच्छा.
और उसके कुछ क्वेश्चंस में भी डाउट है. तो पॉसिबिलिटी है क्या आप अभी इस वीक में कोई एक क्लास ले सको, क्योंकि काइनेमैटिक्स के भी पेंडिंग पड़े हैं बहुत टाइम से एंड थर्मल के भी आ गए. मतलब आपने जो वो 5 क्वेश्चन का भेजा था उसमें से एक नहीं बना था एंड HC वर्मा जितना बना है उसमें तो आए हैं 3-4 डाउट्स क्वेश्चन में.
देखो, अगर तुमको लगता है ना कि HC वर्मा की थ्योरी के बारे में फर्स्ट, अगर तुमको लगता है कि वो तुमको इट इज एंडिंग अप कंफ्यूजिंग यू, ठीक है. मैंने कहा उस दिन, आज तनीषा को भी मैंने ये कहा, तनीषा ने कहा कि सर थ्योरी क्यों पढ़नी है. आई थिंक तनीषा को भी शायद ये इशू आया होगा मज्यूमिंग. अगर ऐसा है फॉर एग्जाम्पल तो थ्योरी छोड़ दो, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन एग्जाम्पल्स मत छोड़ो, एग्जाम्पल कर लो, ठीक है. आंचल,
मैं एग्जांपल्स एंड क्वेश्चंस देख जाती हूँ HC वर्मा के एंड
यू विल सी, हो सकता है एच सी वर्मा ने, क्योंकि ये किताब सिर्फ 11th-12th के लिए नहीं लिखी है, ये बीएससी के बच्चे भी इस किताब को रेफर किया करते हैं। तो इट इज़, अगर सपोज कोई ऐसा पॉइंट है जिसपे माइंड थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हो जाता है, कोई बात नहीं, जाने दो, डोंट डू दैट। कम से कम सारे एग्जाम्पल्स लगा लो, इतना तो कर सकते हो तनीषा।
क्वेश्चन मतलब कि क्वेश्चन समझ आ रहे हैं, बट
हाँ,
थोड़ी थोड़ी
तो
कॉम्प्लेक्स लग रही है। मैं क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करती हूँ।
देखो अभी ना, किसी भी चीज को पढ़ने का एक एक ट्रेंड, एक तरीका होता है। जैसे तुमने कभी नॉवल पढ़ी है आंचल? हैव यू रेड एनी नॉवल? कैसे पढ़ी जाती है नॉवल?
यस सर।
ये हो सकता है कभी कभी कुछ ऐसी चीजें होंगी जो हो सकता है कि जिसका प्लॉट बाद में खुल रहा हो। ये भी होता है एच सी वर्मा के अंदर कि व्हेन यू आर गोइंग थ्रू सम पार्ट, ऐसा हो सकता है, इट इज पॉसिबल कि वॉट एवर यू आर रीडिंग उसका कुछ इंटरप्रिटेशन विल बी कमिंग लेटर। मतलब वो धीरे धीरे करके वो क्या करते हैं, पूरे कॉन्सेप्ट को ओपन करते हैं। तो हो सकता है कि किसी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे आपको कोई ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट है जो उन्होंने प्रेजेंट किया, लेकिन वो किसी और चैप्टर से रिलेटेड है। क्योंकि इन्होंने क्या किया, मान लो उन्होंने एक कॉन्सेप्ट को एक चैप्टर में समझा दिया, ठीक है, और उसके बाद क्या तुमने शुरू से एच सी वर्मा पढ़ी है आंचल?
नहीं, शुरू से
ये
नहीं।
क्या करते हैं, आई टेल यू। जैसे अगर चैप्टर नंबर 1 में कोई रेफरेंस आया है, ठीक है, उस रेफरेंस को ये तो समझा चुके हैं एज दी ऑथर, क्योंकि इन्होंने तो एक एक करके सारे चैप्टर लिखे।
हाँ,
कई बार ही इज रेफरिंग टू समथिंग जिसका रेफरेंस किसी और चैप्टर से जुड़ा हुआ है। तो अगर तुम मिडवे पढ़ना शुरू करती हो एच सी वर्मा को, तो हो सकता है ये वाला इशू आए। इफ यू वर नॉट रेगुलर फ्रॉम द बिगनिंग, देन इट्स ओके, जस्ट गो थ्रू द मेन कॉन्सेप्ट। अगर सपोज तुमने शुरुआत से नहीं पढ़ा है, तो तरीका क्या है कि ऊपर ऊपर से देख लो। जैसे अब एग्जाम्पल के लिए कैसे, ठीक है, सबसे पहले तो टॉपिक्स देख लो। पहला टॉपिक इन्होंने लिखा है रोटेशन ऑफ अ रिजिड बॉडी अबाउट अ गिवन फिक्स लाइन। तो देखो अपन ने क्लास में किया है क्या, हाँ, कोई भी एक बॉडी फिक्स लाइन के अबाउट रोटेट करती है। देखिए उसमें कोई ऐसा पॉइंट है क्या, या कोई ऐसा फॉर्मूला लिखा है क्या जिसको इन्होंने ना, जैसे कि कोई भी इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन होती है तो उसको यू विल सी ये इटैलिक्स में लिखते हैं। तो अभी मान लो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, सच अ डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द रिजिड बॉडी इन विच द गिवन लाइन इज हेल्ड फिक्स्ड इज कॉल्ड द रोटेशन ऑफ द रिजिड बॉडी अबाउट द गिवन लाइन, द लाइन इज कॉल्ड एक्सिस ऑफ रोटेशन। ठीक है, इतना मुझे कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आ गया, और ज्यादा डीप में नहीं जाना, उसको मार्क कर लिए, सिंपल, आगे बढ़े। काइनेमैटिक्स, ये पूरा एक एक पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है। देखो कि काइनेमैटिक्स में इन्होंने क्या क्या फॉर्मूलाज लिखे। अच्छा, यहाँ पर इन्होंने कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट बताया हुआ है अल्फा का। ओके, अल्फा इज इक्वल टू डी ओमेगा बाई डी टी, ये तो मैं जानता हूँ, ठीक है। अपन ये एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन अल्फा अगर कांस्टेंट हो तो इक्वेशंस क्या होती है, हाँ ये भी मैं जानता हूँ, ये तो अपन ने पढ़ा है, मार्क कर लिया। फिर अपन अगले पॉइंट पे गए। अगला अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है इसके ऊपर, चलो बना लेते हैं। ये पूरा पार्ट तुम चाहो तो स्किप कर दो अगर तुमको कुछ भी इटैलिक्स में नहीं दिखता है। कुछ इटैलिक्स में दिखता है तो वो इंपॉर्टेंट है, पढ़ो, नहीं टाइम है छोड़ो, आगे बढ़ो, ठीक है। आंचल, गेट दी आइडिया, अटको मत एक एक चीज पे। हो सकता है वो चीज उतनी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट ना हो विद रिगार्ड्स टू योर सिलेबस फॉर जेईई मेंस एंड एडवांस, तो कम से कम इतना कर सकते हो, इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूलाज को जो इटैलिक्स में लिखा हुआ है और मेन टॉपिक पढ़ लो। देखो कोई ऐसा टॉपिक है क्या जिस पर कुछ डिस्कशन हुआ है लेकिन उसको तुम रिलेट नहीं कर पा रही हो क्लास में, जैसे एग्जाम्पल के लिए, ठीक है। अब इन लोगों ने मान लो यहाँ पर ये काफी सारा कैलकुलेशन, ये सब बहुत सारी चीजें की हुई है, ठीक है। तुमको लगता है यार ये सब मुझे इसका प्रोसेस समझ में नहीं आ रहा, कोई बात नहीं। अच्छा, जो फाइनल रिजल्ट है, क्योंकि देखो अभी तुम्हारे पास जो स्कूल का पेपर होता है, ठीक है, मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ इसके डेरिवेशंस को बहुत ज्यादा सीरियसली मत लो। तुम्हारा जो स्कूल का पेपर होता है उसमें क्या पूछा जाता है, वो चीजें जो एनसीईआरटी के अंदर लिखी हुई हैं, करेक्ट आंचल? स्कूल का पेपर एनसीईआरटी से बन रहा होता है, राइट, है ना। इसका ये मतलब है कि जितनी डेरिवेशंस एनसीईआरटी में है, अगर तुमको वो क्लियर है तो एचसी वर्मा को झांकने की जरूरत नहीं है। हम एचसी वर्मा को क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं, एक चीज है कि हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो, अगर कोई चीज अच्छे से समझ में नहीं आई है तो। दूसरा पॉइंटर है कि तुम अपने जो एक्सरसाइज के क्वेश्चंस हैं या जो इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस हैं उनको अच्छे से लगा सको, इसके एग्जांपल्स को सॉल्व कर सको और तुम्हारा कॉन्सेप्ट क्वेश्चंस के जरिए सुधर सके। दैट इज वन ऑफ द मेन रीजंस फॉर सॉल्विंग इट, ठीक है। तुमको लगता है कि अगर अपन को एक एक लाइन यहाँ से समझ नहीं आ रही और टाइम जा रहा है, छोड़ो उसको, उस समय अटको मत उस पर। कोई डेरिवेशन जो तुम्हारी एनसीईआरटी में है उसको तो देख ही लो फिर कम से कम विद रिगार्ड्स टू योर स्कूल का पेपर।
मैं फिर अच्छी वर्मा ऐसे ही कंटिन्यू करती हूँ, मतलब इंपॉर्टेंट वाले पार्ट्स कवर करके और क्वेश्चन बैंक की तरह।
जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स है, मतलब जिनको इन्होंने या तो कोई फॉर्मूला लिखा है, तो जैसे अब यहाँ पे एक फॉर्मूला लिखा है आई इज इक्वल टू सिग्मा एम आई आर आई स्क्वायर, ये अपन ने पढ़ा है, हाँ भाई पढ़ा है, अपन जानते हैं, तो ये अपन को समझ में आ गया, इस पूरी जगह इसकी बात की जा रही है, ठीक है। अच्छा, लिखा हुआ है टाउ इज इक्वल टू आई अल्फा, ठीक है, ये भी अपन जानते हैं, फ्रॉम एफ इज इक्वल टू एम, चलो ये भी जानते हैं। फटाफट आगे बढ़े, अटको मत एक पॉइंट पे, आगे बढ़ना भी सीखना है, ठीक है आंचल, वरना बहुत सारा टाइम चला जाएगा एक एक चीज में जो इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है वो देखने में, ठीक है आंचल। तो न्यूज़पेपर अगर तुमने कभी देखा है घर पे लोग कैसे पढ़ते हैं, दे सी दी हेडलाइंस, मेन हेडलाइंस, का जिस्ट लेने की कोशिश करो कि वो बुक क्या समझा रही है. डोंट गेट स्टक ऑन एवरी लाइन. देखो ऊपर से कि अच्छा ये इस बारे में, अच्छा रोलिंग ऑन द इंक्लाइन प्लेन, ओके ठीक है, फिर ये ओके आर्किमेड्स प्रिंसिपल, ठीक है, फिर इसको ओके डेरिवेशन, हाँ ये समझ में आ गया था, ओके चलो चलो खट 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 आगे बढ़ना है सर. डोंट गेट स्टक, वरना फिर यही होगा जो अभी हो रहा है, माइंड अटक जाएगा कुछ टर्म्स के साथ और वही सोचता रहेगा. डोंट गेट स्टक, आगे बढ़ो.
ओके सर.
ठीक,
यस.
क्लियर कैसे बढ़ना है. और वैसे अगर तुम डेरिवेशंस देखोगी तो तुम देखोगी डेरिवेशंस के अंदर इन्होंने 2 लाइन में निपटा दिया है. जैसे अगर मान लो ये रॉड की डेरिवेशन है, ये एक लाइन, ये दूसरी लाइन, दे आर डन. हमने क्या किया, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, तो ठीक है, तुम उसके पूरे के पूरे स्टेप्स को कॉपी मत करो, तुम पहले उसकी अप्रोच देख लो इन्होंने यहाँ पे क्या किया है, फिर जो अपन ने क्लास में पढ़ा है उससे करने की कोशिश करो और एक एक स्टेप खुद से वर्क करो. फिर यहाँ पे वेरीफाई करो आंसर आ रहा है क्या, हाँ चलो आ रहा है, चलो फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं. और वही डेरिवेशंस करो जो तुम्हारी स्कूल में, क्योंकि डेरिवेशंस तुमसे एग्जाम में नहीं पूछी जाती आंचल. ठीक है, क्या पूछा जाता है उस तरह के क्वेश्चन जो मैंने तुमको कराया, अप्रोच बेस्ड. जैसे डिस्क है, डिस्क का जो मास डेंसिटी है वो वेरी कर रहा है, उस तरह के क्वेश्चंस वो आते हैं जेई के पेपर में. तुम लोगों को मैंने कराया भी है राइट, पीवाईक्यू.
हाँ करवाया आपने.
तो दैट इज व्हाट इज आस्क्ड इन द पेपर्स. ये मतलब दे वोंट डायरेक्टली आस्क यू कि ये बताओ, ठीक है आंचल, ये
ओके सर.
इस तरीके से करो. मतलब बेसिक अप्रोच देखो ऐसा कर रहा है. डोंट गेट स्टक विद एवरी टर्म एंड एवरी मीनिंग. ऑफ कोर्स आई आल्सो कंसिडर कि मैं कोई मास्टर नहीं हूँ इसके इन द टर्म्स ऑफ एचसी वर्मा के एक एक टर्म में. आई एम आल्सो एज मच अ लर्नर जैसे आप सब हो. जस्ट ये है कि मैं सम लर्नर्स 10 years इन द फ्यूचर हूँ बस, और कुछ नहीं. 10 to 15 years इन द फ्यूचर, दैट्स द ओनली थिंग. तो मैंने भी जब एचसी वर्मा लगाई थी अपने समय में, राइट, सो हाउ डिड आई सॉल्व इट, इसी तरह से जैसे अभी तुमको बताया कि ओवरऑल देख लिया, राइट, ओवरऑल देख लिया, ये हुआ है, ठीक है, एक एक पॉइंट पे नहीं अटके, इंपॉर्टेंट देख लिया, एग्जाम्पल्स लगाए, आगे बढ़े. प्लस मैंने एक्सरसाइज अपने समय पर पूरी सॉल्व की थी, जो जो इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस होते थे. बट ठीक है, तुम लोग जितना लगा सकते हो लगाओ, नहीं लगता है कम से कम डीसी पांडे लगाओ. इनफैक्ट पता है हमने क्या क्या लगाई थी, मैंने अपने टाइम पे एचसीवी लगाई थी. फिर देर इज दिस बुक कॉल्ड एज इरोडोव, आई डोंट नो आप लोग जानते हो कि नहीं, उसको लगाया था. देन थर्ड वाज डीसी पांडे, उसको लगाया था. फिर डीसी पांडे में भी देर आर 2 levels, एक होता है नीट लेवल, दूसरा होता है एडवांस लेवल, वो दोनों लगाए थे. अरे बाप रे, हमने इतनी बुक सॉल्व की है आज, यू डोंट इवन नो. तुम लोग तुम्हारे
एक भी नहीं लगा पा रहे, एक बुक नहीं लगा पा रहे.
तो मैं वही कह रहा हूँ कि तुम लोग का एक बुक में ये हाल होता है, हम लोग बुक्स पे बुक्स लगाते रहते थे. इसलिए तो मैं कह रहा था कि मेरी जो फिजिक्स की क्लासेस होती थी वो 5 घंटा चलती थी. इवनिंग 5 से हम 10 बजे तक उनके घर पे बैठे रहते थे. टीचर को बोलते थे जब तक होता नहीं मैं जाने नहीं दूंगा. हमारे यहाँ से पसीने छूटते थे, अभी क्या करें. तो भूख लग रही होती थी, बीच बीच में जा जाके भागते थे, खाना खा के आते थे. क्या तो टाइम पे मैंने कैसे पढ़ाई की, आई नो. तो तुम लोग इतने कंफर्टेबली अपने घर के कंफर्ट से चीजें पढ़ रहे हो, यू ऑल आर वेरी फॉर्चुनेट बीइंग्स. तो लेकिन ठीक है, भले एक बुक बनाओ. जैसे उस दिन मैंने तनीषा को भी बोला, तुमको लगता है एक बुक अच्छी लगती है, ठीक है, सिर्फ डीसी पांडे लगाओ और पीवाईक्यू लगाओ, चलेगा. कम से कम एचसी वर्मा से एग्जाम्पल जरूर लगाओ, ठीक, और मेन टॉपिक्स देख लो बस.
ओके सर.
टू स्पेंड नॉट मोर देन 1 hour फॉर 1 chapter, इसका ये मतलब है, ठीक है. क्योंकि एक ही टॉपिक को ऊपर ऊपर से देखोगे तो विद इन 2 minute हो जाएगा, क्योंकि चैप्टर तो तुमने पढ़ लिया है ना. तो ठीक है, फिर आगे बढ़ो. कम से कम एनसीईआरटी की रीडिंग कर लो. आंचल, आई वॉज वॉचिंग अ टॉपर्स इंटरव्यू सम डेज बैक, क्योंकि पेपर का ट्रेंड हर साल चेंज होता रहता है. तो वो बच्चे जिन्होंने रिसेंटली फेस किया एग्जाम को, वो ज़्यादा अच्छा उसका अपना इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस बता पाते हैं. तो जैसे रिसेंटली जो टॉपर्स हैं जेई के भी नीट के भी, उन्होंने बताया कि इन द पेपर्स अभी क्या हो रहा है, कई बार एनसीईआरटी के एग्जैक्ट लाइंस में से सवाल पूछ लिए जाते हैं. तो अगर तुमने भले एचसी वर्मा जैसी किताबें पढ़ी नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं, मतलब वो पढ़ना चाहिए. अगर नहीं पढ़ पा रहे हो, टाइम जा रहा है, कोई बात नहीं. कम से कम डीसी पांडे पूरी अच्छे से लगानी है और एनसीईआरटी को कम से कम रीड करो, वो कि तुमको स्कूल के लिए तो करना ही है, तो उसको अच्छे से किया, है ना. बस दैट इज व्हाट यू विल फाइंड. कई बार ऐसा होगा कि कुछ कुछ ऐसे कॉन्सेप्ट्स वहां पे तुमको एनसीईआरटी में मिल रहे होंगे जो एचसी वर्मा से भी थोड़े अलग होंगे, जो तुमने शायद कहीं पढ़े भी नहीं होंगे. वो तुम मुझसे पूछो कि सर ये वाले पॉइंटर्स में क्या हो रहा है, ठीक है. इसके डाउट्स को तुम, मतलब थ्योरेटिकल डाउट्स को बहुत ज़्यादा डीप में मत लो, ठीक है, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा ऐसा भी लेवल है जो तुम लोगों के सिलेबस में नहीं है बट इसमें है. तो ठीक है, जाने दो.
थैंक यू सर.
ओके, ठीक है. हाँ तनीषा, कुछ बात करना चाहते हो, बोलो.
यस सर, आपने जो एक क्वेश्चन दिया था ना हमको अभी, वो रॉड वाला, उसमें उसको आप टिल्ट करते हो थीटा एंगल से.
रॉड को टिल्ट करते हैं थीटा एंगल से, ये वाला नहीं, जो लास्ट वाला है इसकी बात कर रही हो, ये क्लियर है?
लास्ट वाला नहीं, हाँ हाँ क्लियर सारे हैं.
ठीक है, ओके. थीटा एंगल से
बिफोर दैट थ्रेड रिंग वाला क्वेश्चन, हाँ
ये
क्वेश्चन, या
ये वाला ओके हाँ
हाँ,
बोलो।
तो इन दिस you gave us two parts. First was if you keep it at,
अच्छा मैं सेकंड वाला भूल गया ना बनाना, ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, देखो
no it's completely fine. I just wanted to ask कि जब हम वर्टिकल वाले का निकालेंगे,
हम्म
हम लोग उससे ये थीटा एंगल से जो ये रेज्ड है उसको इनिशियल मानेंगे कि हॉरिजॉन्टल वाले को इनिशियल मानेंगे?
दोनों मान सकती हो। अगर तुम इसको इनिशियल मानती हो, ठीक है, अगर इसको इनिशियल मानती हो तो ये पोटेंशियल एनर्जी कैसी हो जाएगी, डाटम लाइन के नीचे है, तब यू का वैल्यू कैसे ले लोगी, नेगेटिव। क्योंकि अगर तुम डाटम लाइन के ऊपर लोगी तो हाइट को कैसा लोगी, पॉजिटिव। अगर
पॉजिटिव,
डाटम लाइन के नीचे ले रहे हो तो हाइट को कैसा लोगी, नेगेटिव। तो यहाँ
नेगेटिव,
पोटेंशियल एनर्जी हो जाएगी -mgl/2 अगर तुमने इसको बेसिस माना हुआ है तो। लेकिन इफ यू आर कंसिडरिंग दिस एज द बेसिस, ऐसे केस में इनिशियल जो वैल्यू ऑफ पोटेंशियल एनर्जी दैट विल बी L प्लस L sin θ/2 और इसका एनर्जी विल बी देन प्लस mgl/2।
हाँ
ठीक है तनीषा?
यस सर। तो मतलब कहीं से भी ले सकते हैं। आई थिंक दैट विल बी मेंशन्ड इन द क्वेश्चन।
तुम नहीं 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 नहीं, इट विल नॉट बी मेंशन्ड इन द क्वेश्चन। ऐसे चीजों तुम बिल्कुल मेंशन नहीं करते हैं। तुम इनफैक्ट दोनों करो एंड वेरीफाई एंड टेल मी कि आंसर सेम आता है कि नहीं। ठीक है तनीषा?
सेम तो नहीं आना चाहिए।
नहीं आएगा, करो, इट विल कम सेम इन बोथ। ठीक है, वरना मैं क्यों बोलता दोनों टेक्निक तनीषा। ठीक है, यस
यस सर।
और लेट मी नो। या अगर तुम, क्या कहा मैंने कि अगर इसको डाटम लेती हो तब ऐसे केस में ये वाला हाइट विल बी -L/2 एंड दिस विल बी सेम। इसको तुम इस तरह से ले सकती हो। लेकिन अगर तुम लोअर को डाटम लेती हो तो उससे हाइट लो, तब इसकी हाइट कैसी हो जाएगी, L/2, है कि नहीं? सेकेंड केस में और शुरुआत वाले केस में इस वाले पॉइंट की हाइट क्या हो जाएगी, L प्लस L sin θ/2। ठीक है,
या
L प्लस L/2 sin θ। या तो ये दो सेट ऑफ हाइट्स लोगी या फिर -L/2 और L/2 sin θ। ठीक
नो एक्चुअली आई वांटेड टू नो कि इनिशियल रॉड में हॉरिजॉन्टल लूं कि वो टिल्टेड वाली रॉड को ही मानूं इनिशियली।
दोनों से सेम आएगा आंसर। तुम अगर इस रॉड को यहाँ पे हॉरिजॉन्टली लेते हो तो इसकी ओमेगा तो तुम निकाल चुकी हो इस समय, कितना ओमेगा है, राइट?
हाँ
तो बेसिकली u1 प्लस k1 इज इक्वल टू u2 प्लस k2 इज इक्वल टू u3 प्लस k3। कोई भी दो टर्म्स को इक्वेट करोगी स्टिल यू विल गेट द सेम आंसर।
ओके।
ये ओमेगा तो तुमने निकाल लिया ना पहले वाले स्टेप से, कितना आया
हाँ
ओमेगा?
हाँ हाँ
ये तो आ गया। तो अब ओमेगा का वैल्यू तो आ चुका है। तो अब तुम जब थर्ड वाले केस से इक्वेट कर रही हो तो यू आर बेसिकली राइटिंग लाइक दिस, u1 प्लस k1 इज इक्वल टू u2 प्लस k2 इज इक्वल टू u3 प्लस k3।
ओके, या नाउ आई गेट इट।
क्लियर है? क्योंकि एनर्जी तो कंजर्व्ड है ना, तुम का किसी भी पॉइंट पे लो। ठीक है तनीषा?
यस सर।
यस ओके। ये ना इस तरह के सम पता है तुमको कहाँ मिलेंगे? तुमको इस तरह के सम्स मिलेंगे अगेन इन वर्क पावर एनर्जी डीसी पांडे में, कि अगर तुम्हारे पास अलग अलग पॉइंट्स पे एक छोटा सा बॉल है, वो स्लिप कर रहा है, वो यहाँ पर है, वो यहाँ पर है, वो यहाँ पे, अगर पाथ जो है उसमें कोई फ्रिक्शन नहीं है, इट इज फ्रिक्शन लेस पाथ, तो अगर तुमको मान लो किसी एक जगह पर यहाँ पर शुरुआत में वेलोसिटी दे दी गई, यहाँ पर तुमको हाइट दे दी गई, यहाँ पे भी तुमको हाइट दे दी गई, तो ऐसे केस में तुमसे यहाँ वेलोसिटी पूछ लिया, यहाँ पूछ लिया, तुम निकाल सकती हो सिर्फ पहले वाले टर्म से।
यस सर।
है ना? सो इस तरह के सवाल तुमको वर्क एनर्जी पावर में मिल जाएंगे तनीषा, अगर तुम प्रैक्टिस करना चाह रही हो तो।
ओके सर।
राइट, ठीक है। और मैंने
थैंक यू सर। हाँ
तनीषा, अगर डीसी पांडे लगता है फॉर एग्जांपल कभी भी सॉल्व करने में मुश्किल है, राइट, तो एक किताब है, आपको याद होगा, मैंने डीबी सिंह के नाम से दी हुई है बुक तुम्हारे,
यस सर।
है ना? तो अगर सपोज सम टाइम यू फील कि कोई एक टॉपिक है जो डीसी पांडे से नहीं समझ में आ रहा है या उसमें एग्जाम्पल नहीं है, जस्ट गो टू डीबी सिंह। और डीबी सिंह जो है ना वो प्योरली जेई मेन के लेवल से लिखा हुआ है। डीसी पांडे ने क्या किया है, जेई मेंस का लेवल लिया है लेकिन एडवांस का लेवल भी लिया है। डीबी सिंह एडवांस के लेवल पे बहुत ज्यादा डील नहीं करते उस किताब में, उन्होंने जेई मेंस को ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी दिया। तो पहले तुम जेई मेंस वाले उसके क्वेश्चंस लगा दो एक्सरसाइज में से, राइट, और फिर तुम डीसी पांडे को लगाना शुरू करो, ऐसा भी कर सकती हो। या उससे देखो उन्होंने कैसे सॉल्व किया, एग्जाम्पल लगाओ डीबी सिंह से एंड देन कम टू डीसी पांडे। ठीक है?
या सर।
ब्लैक
ओके,
कलर की बुक है, उसमें जेई मेन लिखा हुआ है बड़े शब्दों से, आप देखोगे तो आपको
आपने भेजा है।
चेक कर लो। ठीक है तनीषा?
यस सर।
राइट, तो ये भी एक तरीका हो सकता है किसी क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने का, कि एक जगह से नहीं बने तो पहले थोड़ा उसका बेसिक लेवल बनाए, फिर चैलेंजिंग लेवल पे बनाए। आई नो ये सब चीज़ें टाइम लेती है और तुम लोग बहुत अपने तरफ से बेस्ट दे रहे हो, लेकिन देखो अगर लोहे को क्या कहते हैं, अगर क्या उसको बट अगर आपको स्टील को कुछ अच्छा रूप देना है तो उसको भट्टी से तो गुजरना पड़ता है ना तनिषा? तो
Yes, sir.
खेलो और आगे बढ़ो, एंड वेयर एवर यू नीड माई हेल्प आई एम देयर फॉर यू ऑल. ठीक है, चलो.
Yes, sir.
ओके, राइट तनिषा, टेक केयर, गुड नाइट, बाय बाय.
Okay, thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay. So we have all done quite a good amount of discussion into the concepts that we have taken. आज की क्लास में बहुत सारी चीज़ें हम लोगों ने सीखी, समझी, जानी, है ना, अपने आप को बेहतर बनाया क्लास के इस सेशन में. कहीं पर कोई डाउट, कोई सवाल, कोई शंका हो, आप मुझसे रुक कर पूछ सकते हैं. एक छोटी सी कहानी ये है आज की. वो कहानी ये है कि जीवन में कभी कभी हमें अगर मौका मिलता है किसी की हेल्प करने का, तो उस मौके को हाथ से जाने मत दो. अगर तुम फ्री हो, ऑफ कोर्स अपने अपने टाइम का क्षय नहीं करना है. वॉट एवर आर योर रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़, उनको पहले निभाओ. लेकिन अगर तुमको लगता है कि यू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम, जहाँ तुम फ्री हो किसी जगह पर और तुमसे कोई मदद मांग लेता है ना, वेन एवर यू गेट द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू हेल्प, और वो हेल्प भी किस तरह की, जहाँ पे तुम्हें अपना कोई श्रम दान देना हो. जैसे अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल तुम्हारे कोई दोस्त हैं, राइट, वो घर की शिफ्टिंग कर रहे हैं और उनको थोड़ा सा कुछ हेल्प चाहिए ताकि उनको कुछ सहायता हो जाए, वो टाइम जल्दी हो जाए, राइट, और तुम फ्री हो, तो हो सके तो वो टाइम दो, राइट. अपने दोस्तों को दे सकते हो. वैसे फॉर एग्जांपल के लिए देयर इज समबडी, मान लो तुम्हारे कोई घर के वर्कर्स हैं, है ना, मतलब ऑफ कोर्स सी द सिनेरियो कि किस तरह के लोग क्या हेल्प मांग रहे हैं, बुद्धिमानी के साथ, विजडम के साथ जिसको बोलते हैं. तो आप देखोगे लाइफ में व्हेन यू एक्सटेंड अ गुड हेल्पिंग हैंड टुवर्ड्स पीपल इन द एक्सटेंड दैट यू कैन, वाइल कीपिंग योर प्रायोरिटीज एज फर्स्ट, है ना, ऑफ कोर्स दैट उनको पहले रखना है, क्योंकि वो तुमने रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है जिसको तुम निभा रहे हो. तुम देखो कि कहीं ना कहीं तुम्हारे काम बहुत सरलता से होने लगेंगे. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल जो अगर सिर्फ हम सेल्फ इंटेंट के साथ लाइफ को जीते हैं, मैं और मेरा, तो यू विल सी एट सम पॉइंट यू विल टेंड टू फील वेरी कि यार क्या करना है, छोड़ो. बट देन व्हेन यू विल हैव अ ब्रॉडर विजन ऑफ लाइफ कि माई लाइफ इज नॉट जस्ट फॉर माई सेल्फ बट इट इज समवेयर कनेक्टेड टू द अदर लाइव्स ऑन दिस प्लैनेट ऑल्सो. जैसे ये थॉट प्रोसेस माइंड में आता है एंड यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग, तो यू विल सी कि आपके अपने काम भी बहुत अच्छे से बनने लगेंगे. बहुत वियर्ड इम्पैक्ट है बट इट हैपन्स, एंड इट इज़ मेनी टाइम्स रिकमेंडेड बाय अ लॉट ऑफ वाइज पीपल जिनसे तुम आसपास रहते हो ना, कि कभी तुम्हारे काम अटक जाते हैं तो हम कभी कभी दूसरों की उनके कामों में हेल्प कर सकते हैं, है ना. तो ऐसा होने पर कई बार ऐसा होगा कि आपके काम तेज़ी से लाइफ में होने लग जाएंगे, बिकॉज ऑल लाइव्स आर कनेक्टेड. दिस इज़ वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंटर जो मैं शेयर करना चाहता था. जैसे मान लो तुम्हारे कोई दोस्त का कोई समय नहीं बन रहा है, गो एंड हेल्प देम आउट इफ दे नीड योर हेल्प, है ना. सिर्फ मैं नहीं, आप भी करना है. ओके, सो मयंक सिंह इज आस्किंग सर आई एम IIT जैम बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के लिए भी पढ़ाओ प्लीज़. ओके, सो मयंक, माई एरिया ऑफ स्पेशलाइजेशन इज़ फिज़िक्स, और फिज़िक्स में मैं यहाँ पर बच्चों को JEE और NEET के लिए ट्रेन कर रहा हूँ. बट इन केस इन फ्यूचर अगर ऐसी कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटी डेवलप होती है तो आई विल ट्राई टू इन्फॉर्म यू. एल्स मयंक, काफ़ी सारे इस वक्त यूट्यूब पर ऐसे चैनल्स अवेलेबल हैं जो IIT जैम के लिए काफ़ी अच्छे से पढ़ाते हैं. ऑल यू कैन डू इज जस्ट गो टू यूट्यूब, टाइप IIT जैम फिजिक्स. एक नहीं, ऐसे इतनी सारे लेक्चरर्स हैं जो काफ़ी अच्छे से इस चीज़ को पढ़ाते हैं. अदरवाइज़ आप अपने जिस भी सिटी में रहते हो मयंक, नेट पे सर्च करना और अपने दोस्तों से पूछना, आसपास के पड़ोसियों से पूछ सकते हो, दुकानदारों से पूछ सकते हो. हर शहर में कुछ कोचिंग सेंटर्स होते हैं. देखो कि कोई ऐसे कोचिंग सेंटर्स हैं क्या जो काम कर रहे हैं ऑफलाइन बेसिस पे, अगर वो तुमको हेल्प कर सकें, राइट, फॉर IIT जैम. दैट इज़ ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द गुड अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ टू लर्न. ठीक है, 2-3 तरीके हैं. पहला तो यूट्यूब पर सारी चीज़ें अवेलेबल होती है, राइट, आज के समय में जहाँ पे इतना सारा कंटेंट आ रहा है जिसकी कोई सीमा ही नहीं है, राइट, अपार कंटेंट. एंड सेकंड, अपने एक शहर के अंदर देखो ऑफलाइन क्लासेस अवेलेबल हैं क्या IIT जैम के लिए. तीसरा, देर आर, अगर देखो तुम्हारे फैमिली में, आसपास रिलेटिव्स में, कजन्स में ऐसे कोई लोग हैं क्या जिन्होंने IIT जैम क्लियर किया है ना, उनसे बात करने की कोशिश करो. उन्होंने कैसे पढ़ाई की थी, कहाँ से पढ़ाई की थी, फिजिक्स कैसे पढ़ा था, मे बी इससे भी आपको अपने लाइफ के कुछ क्यूज़ क्लियर होते हुए दिख जाए, है ना. तो ये 2-3 तरीके हैं, यू कैन लुक फॉर ऑल ऑफ दिस, मे बी दैट हेल्प्स यू आउट मयंक, है ना. ओके, फिर मयंक इज सेइंग कि सर IIT जैम बायोटेक में भी फिजिक्स भी आती है. ग्रेट, हैप्पी टू नो दैट मयंक, वेरी गुड. 11th और 12th लेवल की। ओके ग्रेट मयंक, अच्छी बात है। तुम ऐसा कर सकते हो कि 11th और 12th की जब तुम फिजिक्स सॉल्व कर रहे हो, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर तुम इस चैनल को फॉलो करते हो तो प्लेलिस्ट सेक्शन के अंदर मैंने क्लास 11th और क्लास 12th के सारे चैप्टर्स को बहुत अच्छे से समझाया हुआ है, राइट। उन सबको अच्छे से लेक्चर्स को फॉलो कर सकते हो, एक एक चैप्टर एक एक पॉइंट पे मैंने बहुत मेहनत की है बच्चों के साथ। व्हाट कैन यू डू इज़ आपने पिछले साल के IIT जैम के पेपर्स डाउनलोड कर लो, ठीक है, उसके सॉल्यूशंस अवेलेबल है ऑनलाइन, डाउनलोड कर लो। इन चैप्टर्स को देखते जाओ वन बाय वन, और जो जो PYQ है उनको सॉल्व करो। देयर इज अ सेइंग दैट सॉल्विंग PYQ नेवर गोज ओल्ड, मतलब इट्स नेवर गोज आउट ऑफ द ट्रेंड। हमेशा प्रीवियस ईयर्स के पेपर्स को सॉल्व करने से ट्रेंड समझ में आ जाता है, कैसे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं। तो ट्राई दैट आउट मयंक, आई होप दैट विल हेल्प यू आउट। आई रिपीट, PYQ सॉल्व करो, एंड वाइल यू डूइंग दैट इस चैनल के प्लेलिस्ट में आपको क्लास 11th और क्लास 12th के सारे वीडियोज़ मिलेंगे, राइट। ट्राई टू सी इफ दैट हेल्प्स यू आउट, ठीक है। ऑल राइट, सो दैट वॉज माई एडवाइस फॉर मयंक। आप सभी लोग अपने आप पर हर दिन मेहनत करते रहिए। जैसा मैंने कहा, कभी अगर आप अपने कामों में अटक जाएं, कहीं लटक जाएं, देखिए कि क्या किसी और को आपकी सहायता की ज़रूरत है। अगर वो आपके बस में है, ऑफ कोर्स आप अपनी प्रायोरिटीज़ को पहले मैनेज कीजिए, लेकिन अगर आपके बस में है उन प्रायोरिटीज़ को मैनेज करते हुए किसी की थोड़ी सी ऐसी हेल्प करना जहाँ पे आपका कोई बहुत बड़ा चीज़ें, आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ दांव पर नहीं लग रही, ऑफ कोर्स keep your work as a priority, then see if there are some people around you, there are some beings around you जिनको हेल्प की ज़रूरत है। एग्जाम्पल के लिए हो सकता है गर्मी का मौसम है, आसपास बहुत सारी चिड़ियाँ रहती है, आप अपने घर पर अपने टेरेस पर हो सकता है छोटा सा पानी का रख सकते हैं टब, जिसमें वो पानी आकर पी सकें। ऐसा कहते हैं दुआएं बहुत काम करती है लाइफ में, है ना। हम जितना इस लाइफ को, जितना यूनिवर्स को जानते हैं, उससे कहीं कहीं ज़्यादा बड़ा और विस्मयकारी है यूनिवर्स, मिस्ट्रीज से भरा हुआ है, राइट। एक मिस्ट्रीज जो इंडियन स्क्रिप्चर्स में लिखी हुई है, व्हेन यू हेल्प अदर्स, व्हेन यू मेक अदर्स कंफर्टेबल, nature will take care of your comfort. I repeat, when you make others comfortable, नेचर विल टेक केयर ऑफ़ योर कम्फर्ट। जब आप दूसरों को कंफर्टेबल फील कराते हैं, चाहे वो चिड़िया जैसे प्राणी ही क्यों ना हो, वो कंफर्ट आप तक लौट कर ज़रूर आता है, राइट, जिसको अपन कहते हैं लॉ ऑफ करना। सो थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी, इतने ध्यान से, इतने प्यार से इस चैनल को इतना प्यार देने के लिए, इतने सारे लाइक्स करने के लिए, इतने सारे सब्सक्रिप्शंस देने के लिए, इतने प्यारे कमेंट छोड़ने के लिए ऑन दी चैनल। इसी तरह से विल कीप मूविंग, अपना बेहतर करते रहेंगे, अपने आप को हर दिन बेहतर बनाते रहेंगे। और अगर आप मेरे साथ इन क्लासेस में जुड़ना चाहते हैं, इन्हीं बच्चों की तरह आकर पढ़ना चाहते हैं, टेलीग्राम चैनल के जरिए आप मुझे फॉलो कर सकते हैं। आई राइट डाउन द लिंक ऑफ माई टेलीग्राम चैनल ओवर हियर। एट द सेम टाइम मेरी जो मंथली क्लासेस हैं उनका फीस स्ट्रक्चर इज़ ₹3000 पर मंथ, और जो ईयरली कोर्सेज हैं देयर उनका कॉस्ट इज़ ₹27,000 विद 20, मतलब एक्चुअली द कॉस्ट इज़ 36,000, जिसमें मैंने अभी डिस्काउंट किया हुआ है, विच कम्स डाउन टू 27K पर ईयर, राइट। तो नेक्स्ट ईयर की जो क्लासेस हैं फॉर JEE एंड नीट स्टूडेंट्स, दोज विल बी बिगनिंग इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल और मई, वट एवर इट इज़। आई विल मेक द अनाउंसमेंट्स वेल इन एडवांस, ताकि आप लोग अपना स्कॉलरशिप टेस्ट दे सकें, राइट। सो देयर विल बी स्कॉलरशिप टेस्ट, जिसको अगर आप पास कर जाते हैं, देयर विल बी अ स्कॉलरशिप ऑन द अमाउंट फॉर ऑल द लर्नर्स, राइट। ओके, सो दिस वॉज इट। थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ द सेशन। मैंने यहाँ पर एक लिंक पेस्ट किया है ना, आई विल try to ठीक है, paste it again, ये रहा। आई होप आपको अब ये पिंड मैसेज दिख रहा होगा, ये मेरा टेलीग्राम का चैनल है, आप मुझे यहाँ पे फॉलो कर सकते हो। प्लस एट द सेम टाइम आई एम अवेलेबल ऑन इंस्टाग्राम ऑल्सो, तो आप मुझे इंस्टाग्राम पर भी फॉलो कर सकते हो, ठीक है। आई विल सेंड दैट लिंक हियर टू। इस पर मेरे अपडेट्स आते रहते हैं, राइट, क्योंकि आई एम वर्किंग विद अनअकैडमी ऑल्सो। तो अनअकैडमी पर किसी तरह के कोई डिस्काउंट्स हैं, कुछ ऑफर्स हैं, एनीथिंग, तो वो आप भी आपको यहाँ पर मिल रहे होंगे। मैंने दोनों लिंक को आप लोगों के लिए यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर दिया है, राइट। आई होप यू ऑल कैन सी द सेम ओवर हियर, राइट। तो ख्याल रखिए। दिस इज योर एजुकेटर खुशवंत फतनानी साइनिंग ऑफ फ्रॉम दिस सेशन। नमस्कार।